welcome to the 7th episode of the Boss Rush podcast. I'm your host, Braden Lander, and today I am joined by Kyle Ramos.
Oh, yeah.
Jonathan Ferris.
Oh, yeah.
And Malik Fleming.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, that's actually funny because I saw a picture of like this Kool-Aid car
Really?
earlier today. Yeah, like a truck.
What did it look like? Give us some visuals.
I have to. It was blue.
Bro, you said that so strange. You said that like you were under the influence of the Kool-Aid man. Like, oh, I have to.
Oh, I am. It looks amazing.
It was like he was.
I wish I could find it. I think it was under the. Oh yeah, there we go.
Yeah, so we got a meaty episode coming to you guys tonight. There's a lot of hefty news that really hit us today.
Big week. Big day, I guess. Really.
Yeah. It started off pretty big, and then today it was like blam.
I'm still drenched in sweat, but we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Dude, get ready because your sweat's about to be even more drenched, if that makes any sense.
Oh, your sweat's gonna have sweats.
Yeah.
Oh,
Your sweats are gonna be sweating.
Oh man.
Mm-hmm. So Malik, you've been playing something pretty big.
Yes.
Let's hear it.
Mighty number 9.
uh,
No. The big thing I've been playing is Far Cry 5.
Mm-hmm.
And it's pretty fun. Like I've been playing it a lot. I think I got 16 hours in now, and I'm not even that far.
Mm-hmm.
But it's nothing like astounding. I think it's definitely worth the $60 right now. But
Okay.
Okay, the way it improves upon the fourth one, because you've played in 3 and 4, right?
I have played 3 and 4. Yes.
Yeah. So the fourth one was fun. You could hunt and everything. You did the liberations and stuff like that. And it seems like a reskin of the missions. That's what you said, or that's what I remember you saying. But
Not the missions, but just the gameplay itself.
yeah, exactly. It's a little bit more refined. It feels a little smoother, and that's what I like about it. The environments are more fun, I think. But yeah, it's generally reskin. The honey badger is the Wolverine.
Right.
There's the turkey that was pretty overpowered for a second. Now it's back to normal.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty recycled, the outside gameplay, but that's not bad because Far Cry 4 was fun in that way. They have the fishing now, which is amazing.
Oh, I heard that the fishing was quite fun.
Yeah, it can take a long time too, since you get like 100-pound fish.
Mhm.
It ain't a video game if it doesn't have fishing.
That's
Just
what I mean.
like
That's why
real
Black does it
fishing.
online.
Final Fantasy 14 or 15's fishing is the best ever.
Oh, it's
It
fun.
was so good they made a whole VR game out of it.
Exactly.
Sega Bass Fishing with the Dreamcast fishing rod add-on.
Kylan,
so
come
far,
on. Only somebody as old as you would get that reference.
Oh,
Grandpa.
Come on, old man. Get with the times.
Come on, Dad.
look, I'm only
I'm cool enough.
76. I'm not that old.
Got a couple years left.
Yeah, but so far I'm actually enjoying the story a lot because I hope, I'm not even going to get into that because I know Jonathan knows some kind of twist,
Mm-hmm.
but
Yeah. Let's not even speculate over what's going
Yeah.
to happen or anything like that.
exactly.
My biggest question to you about this is the complaint that I've kind of heard come out of people's mouth the most is how does the game integrate the story? Is it integrated enough that the narrative is coming to you as you play, or does it kind of interrupt the gameplay to show you some story and then throw you back into the gameplay?
It feels like it's interrupting it, but really no. I mean, you get to a point, you liberate a fortress or something like that, and you get enough reputation with the resistance or like resistance points, and then out of nowhere they'll just like if you're in John's area, they'll shoot you with bliss and like kidnap you somewhere, and then you'll be in that story section. And I think it makes sense. It's a little forced,
Right.
but like it's not like uncomfortable, not taking me out of my comfort zone. Like I don't feel like they're really interrupting anything major unless I was like trying to hunt something and then I accidentally blew up some kind of silo and then they shoot me while I was about to get like an alpha bear fursuit or something. I
What the
don't
fuck?
know. Or
Alpha bear fursuit.
hey, don't judge.
I have
Well, Jonathan made one of those for himself.
Yeah, I
Back
saw.
in freshman year, I had a
Mhm.
lot of friends.
Mhm.
No, but it's always different. I think it's actually a nice touch. You don't have to head to some kind of location to get the mission. They just like kind of just bring you there, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so how are the main missions laid out for you? Are there any traditional main missions or
There are, yeah, like if okay. So there's the traditional main missions as in you know, go to the boss's area and stuff like that and fight through
Right.
his bunker and stuff.
Mhm.
But there's also main story missions that you don't have to complete. As
Oh.
in, you can just keep doing side missions and then do those really key point main missions or story missions,
Mhm.
and then you don't have to do any of those other story missions that you can pick up along the way. So you can just keep liberating fortresses, or yeah, liberating cult areas, and then blowing up silos and get enough reputation with the resistance to go ahead and take down John instead of doing the Widowmaker mission and the destroying the convoys and stuff like that.
Okay. Okay, and
Yeah.
how do you gain reputation? Is it through outposts or
Yeah, exactly. Outposts. So you can just take over outposts. You can liberate civilians that are just lying around.
Okay.
You can blow up their vehicles, get rid of convoys that are driving around, kill VIP members, uh,
Hmm.
destroy silos.
Right.
There's a whole lot of stuff you could do to
Yeah,
really, yeah, get
Jonathan,
points.
Kyler, what are your guys' experience with Far Cry if you have any?
Not much. I remember when 3 came out, and I was like, "Oh, this looks cool." I never played it.
3 is great.
I really haven't played any. If there's any I would like to play at some point, it would be, I think, the Blood Dragon ones.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was only one.
There is only one. Yes.
Yeah, I must be thinking of the Trials of the Blood Dragon.
Mhm.
But
There's an interesting mission that's tied to that in
is it?
the game. Yeah, I'm not gonna say
Uh,
anything about it, but it's funny.
yeah. I mean, that's about as far as it goes. I would like to try actually Far Cry 2 someday because I
I
remember
know, yeah, me too.
before
Yeah,
I really
before
feel like the. Okay, go on. Sorry.
yeah, before Breath of the Wild came out, everyone was like comparing this game to Far Cry 2, and I was like, "What the heck, Far Cry 2?"
Mhm.
So that was like, "What the heck is this game?" If like Breath of the Wild is being compared to this, like this was the original game that let you do all this kind of stuff.
yeah. Did
Yep.
you guys see that video that was uploaded recently, which compares?
Cropcat?
Yeah, by Cropcat.
I just watched that
No,
today.
I didn't watch
It's
it yet.
it's so crazy. Like
It's insane.
all of the systems and mechanics that were like set in place in Far Cry 2 just seemed like they were kind of like underbaked in Far Cry 5.
Well, yeah, you see, like what was in Far Cry 2, and okay, like you can't fault Far Cry 5 because it wasn't this. It wasn't like this. It wasn't like Far Cry 2 in Far Cry 3 or 4 either.
Mhm.
So like this isn't the first time that a Far Cry game has strayed away from Far Cry 2. But what I saw in Far Cry 2, I was like, holy crap, this is like true like sandbox gameplay right here.
Yeah.
Like
Oh no, I really don't feel that way. I feel like Far Cry 3 is an improved Far Cry 2, as in it gives you a lot more options. Far Cry 2 felt like I played a bit of it. I got like 20% through the story since it keeps like the percentage there,
mhm.
and it didn't really feel too open to me. Like it's like it's open world, but it doesn't feel like there's that much to do, really. Like there's a
I
lot more
think
to do in Far Cry 3 and Far Cry 4
I think
than
it's
in
more
that.
of what you can do,
Mhm.
like with the world around you, because there was so much. Like you see him like, and again, I don't fault Far Cry 3, 4, or 5 for any of this because honestly, it's a little bit unnecessary. But the amount of detail that they went into with Far Cry 2 was insane. Like every bullet hit the branches, and every branch fell off.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Every
And
gun
just
had an idle animation.
yeah, and all yeah, the animations were really cool for like reviving people and taking this debris out of your body after a grenade goes
Yeah,
off.
that
And
was like a
again,
Far
Yeah,
Cry
that was
staple.
cool, but it was kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, it's
No,
it's
yeah,
insane.
It's like you're always taking shrapnel to the same spot.
It's like the kind
well,
of
yes,
every object is like an actual object.
Yeah.
Mhm.
mm-hmm,
Like if you
exactly.
fall down, your ankle will break and you have to snap it back in place.
Yeah, right. The craziest absence though, and I will say that this is a huge undersight by Ubisoft on the new Far Cry games. Why the hell aren't you able to shoot through materials? I don't
That bugs the
understand
hell
that.
out of me. Yeah.
That does not make any sense at all.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, it's odd. It's odd, but I do want to get to Far Cry 2 just because I like the amount of detail that they put in to that game. Really, I was like, holy crap, I did not know that was there. I didn't
Yeah.
know that it was present in that kind of way. You have any closing thoughts on Far Cry 5? Do you have anything else to say?
On Far Cry 5, no, not really. I'm excited to get through the rest of the story. I like how all the different areas, like the bosses,
Mhm.
have different ways of pulling you into their little. They have different ways of utilizing Bliss to pull you into their little like boss scenarios, their little
Okay.
missions. Yeah,
Hmm.
and then other than that, I've been playing some other stuff. Planet Coaster, that's
Nice, great
really
game.
fun. And then Mighty Number, I've actually been playing. I played it for like 5 minutes, and then realized you have to beat the whole game to play co-op, so I decided not to play it anymore.
Good decision.
Yeah, and that's
Cool
about
decision.
it. Cool decision.
Nice, nice, nice. How's your park going in Planet Coaster?
It's going all right. I'm like sitting around the negative and positive right now because I'm making an income for a marketing campaign,
Okay.
but it's always getting more and more visitors. Like I shot up from I took a loan and shot up from like 500 visitors to 1,200 visitors, and I've been like designing all over. It's just so fun
It
to
is.
use the fog machines and create
love
all these
tycoons.
different. Yes.
They're so good because it activates a certain part of your brain that makes you want to get invested into this line of work that's just so ridiculously over the top, I guess.
Yeah, it makes you really think like, what if I really made a park?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
But
It's so great.
But one thing I think it's really missing is you guys ever play that one roller coaster game on the PS2 and the Xbox 360? Thrillville. I think
Yes.
it's missing where you walk through the park as like the park owner because you already make an
I see.
avatar. So I think that
Oh,
would be
yeah.
cool if you could interact with the guests like in that. That would be amazing.
Dude,
I don't care if it's even like
Thrillville
anything else.
off the rails was my jam.
Oh, it's so fun. That was
Love it.
ridiculous. That was like amazing. I was so upset when I lost my PS2.
Man, yeah, that game was awesome.
Yeah.
The one thing that I was a little bit disappointed is that there's no like water park, like any water rides or any water park. Like there are the log rides and stuff,
Yeah,
but
exactly.
you can't do like a simple tube
Yeah.
rides and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, that's kind of dumb that they
feel like
didn't have that.
If you
But
get a water park, that could be in depth enough for its own like expansion or its own game.
Yeah, exactly. And the game's already been out for 2 years.
that also bugs me. Their expansions are really like small.
Yeah, they're very theme based.
Yeah, like
Uh,
spooky, and then it's like 10 items.
Hey, you
Yeah.
got spooky. You don't need anything else.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. You're right.
So,
goes.
Kyler, you speak up. What do you got? What do you got? What are you playing?
Yeah, what are you doing, big boy?
Oh no.
Yeah.
Well,
You just suddenly speak up.
oh
acting
yeah,
like you own the place.
yeah.
Yeah, you're one
Well,
book too
yeah.
many.
So remember how last week I kept you guys all in suspense when I said I brought my uncle's Xbox One out of the garage.
Yeah.
I dusted that bad boy off, updated him, and when I sold my Xbox One, I sold all the other games I had with it. So, which is
So
literally
none of
just exactly just like Master Chief Collection, except for Sunset
Oh,
Overdrive.
I'm so disappointed in myself for saying that.
Yeah, but I kept Sunset Overdrive and I put that boy in, installed it, and I wanted to play it from the very beginning, so I had to go in and delete my save because you can't start a new game in that game for some
Oh,
reason.
that's annoying.
I hate when that.
Yeah, it's dumb. So I deleted my save. I had to go to the cloud and delete the save there because it just kept like downloading it and starting it back up. I was like, no, I want to start from the beginning.
Power of the cloud, baby.
Power of the cloud. But yeah, I started playing that again. It's still really good.
Mm-hmm.
It looks so good too. Like I forgot how good that game looks. Like that
Oh, yeah.
game's got a solid art direction.
Everything pops.
Yeah,
it's
and, like,
amazing.
the respawn animations are so cool too. And
That was one of the games I binged, and it was amazing. It was so much fun. The like running around there, like getting the combos felt like a skating game.
yeah, it's so
Yeah.
cool.
Ugh.
It made me like it just reminded me of Jet Set Radio. So it's so good. So yeah, I've just been playing through that. And that's basically it.
Nice. That the good throwback. Good
Yeah, at this point until 2 games release later this year, I'm probably just going to be playing old games for the rest of the year.
Yeah, I'm feeling that. Up until God of War, when God of War comes out, ooh, it is God of War time for me. So, what time is it for you, Jonathan? What are you playing?
Oh my goodness. I've probably said the same thing last week, but I am like so deep into slump mode. Like I can't
Really?
muster up the energy to just play anything. Or it's like I
I'm
say to
feeling
myself
that a little bit. I'm feeling that a little bit.
even today or yesterday, I was like, today's the day I'm gonna play Xenoblade again and play through it some more because I love this game so much. I'm gonna do it, and then I don't, and that's been my story.
Oh.
So now,
No. I'm like, I'm kind of right there with you. I'm still playing games, but the games that I'm playing aren't necessarily the ones that I want to be playing. You know, it's like that. It's like the thing of I got Ni no Kuni on the day it released. And every day I've been, you know what, I'm gonna play some Ni no Kuni today, and I've played almost 4 hours of Ni no Kuni, but it was in times when I said that, or when I didn't tell myself I was gonna play. I just kind of just started it up.
yeah.
So whenever I come home and I'm like, you know, I'm gonna play some Ni no Kuni today, I always go, or I always text my friend Ryan. And I'm like, yo, dude, if you want to play some PUBG, hit me up. And then I go turn on my PS4. Then he texts me. Then I turn off my PS4 and load up PUBG.
Oh,
Yeah.
disgusting.
Yeah,
I
it's
know
like,
that feeling.
I don't want to play that right now. I want to play Ni no Kuni, but it's the type of game that it is that just kind of
That actually
It's not easy to get right into, like to just
Yeah.
get locked in.
that actually reminded me of this other game that I forgot that I totally did play this week too on my PS4. Like I had some free time and I was so excited. I was like, finally, yes, I've got like
you're not
4
allowed to have free
hours.
time, dude.
I was like, I got 4 hours to myself. This is gonna be great. So I was going through all my PS4 games, which I have way too many, and I was trying to
Yeah.
find like a game that I started and hadn't finished, and I found Dark Cloud 2
Oh,
on there. I had no idea that game was developed by Level 5.
yeah.
But have you guys like played Dark Cloud 1 or 2?
No, I
Or
don't
s-
even know
or
what that
have
is.
you seen
Let me look it
anything
up.
of it?
JRPG.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's got like a town building aspect to it, doesn't it?
This game is so cool. It's
Oh.
it's an old PS2 game, and if I had played this game when I was a kid, like this would have easily been in like probably like my top 5 or 10.
Okay.
Like it still holds up, and it's got a really good art style, but it's like dungeon crawly. It's not turn-based action, so you're like it's not turn-based, but it's not quite like
RPG or no?
it's yeah, it is, but it's not like as advanced as like a Ni no Kuni 2 or anything like that because it's an older game. But it's like a weird experimental type of thing. It's fun. And it's got a great soundtrack too.
Huh.
I would recommend it if it was on sale for like $5.
Nice.
Wait, Jonathan, did I play Dark Cloud at that retro game store?
No, I think that was Legaia 2.
No, was it?
I think so.
Oh yeah, it was
Started
Legaia
typing
too.
in Dark Cloud into Google, and it said Dark Cloud, and then I saw urine.
Oh, well, that's
Ooh.
somebody's livers must have.
Like
But I
a
think
puddle?
Thanks for reminding me. I gotta go look that up.
I think it's because like it looks like the screen, the colors are just like smothered in urine. I suppose.
Oh,
Oh, I thought
suppose.
somebody saw like dark clouds in their urine because their liver
Was-
was screwed up.
Oh,
Because they
oh,
haven't been
oh,
drinking enough
oh,
water.
no! I didn't even think of that. That's disgusting.
Ew.
It's hey, we got some disgusting bodies. People peeing blood and let's move on. From
you have a
that.
disgusting body.
Yeah, but it's just that mentality. It's weird because I say that I want to play something, but I end up going and playing something that I know what I'm getting into. You know,
Mhm.
Yeah.
it's
Something
so it's
familiar.
I know that feeling. Like I binged Witcher 3 for like 20 hours straight. We went through this in like the very first episode, but I couldn't get back into it afterwards. I took a break. It's like it's so hard to get back in. I was almost through the game. I was just like, I can't do this. I can't keep playing.
Right.
And I got back into it for a second on my PS4, and then I'm like, it happened again.
Yep.
It happened.
So
again.
yeah, I mean, another game that has kind of been sucking my time away from Ni no Kuni, and it's one of the big reasons why I'm not getting Far Cry right now, is because I shamelessly bought into the baseball hype, and so I got MLB The Show 18
Hey.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
for $40 actually. So that was
Hey!
that was great.
Is that like this
Is it
year's
good?
version?
Yeah,
Like
this
19?
year's version. 18. They don't do
Oh.
that stupid ass thing where like Madden,
wow.
where it's like Madden 19 in 2018. No, they don't do that. They're like, no, this is the year 2018. That's what this game is. It's 2018's version. So that's what you get, and it's great. They had it. There was a man. The man on the cover is on the Yankees, so I kind of had to bite the bullet on that one.
How is it?
But it's really good. And the last MLB The Show I got was MLB The Show 16. So 2 years ago. And that it really nails the atmosphere of baseball, you know. And the atmosphere of baseball is something I don't think most sports nail. But and MLB The Show 18, when I first started it up, all the show games have these great intros to them, and they just like strike this really nostalgic, familiar feel to them. Because I don't know about you guys, but when I grew up, I played baseball all the time, and so it really like hit that chord of
Chord.
yeah, like oh man, this is what playing baseball used to feel like. And it's just it gives you those awesome like feelings. And then when the game first starts, I'm a huge Red Sox fan. Red Sox to like die.
Yeah.
So I did the tutorial or whatever, and just the animations of the players, I was like, whoa, this is like a step up big time from 2016. The players that had like these weird batting stances, you could see it. Everything is just spot on, and the presentation is great. The gameplay is great. I'm having a real fun time with it. But again, it's like it's one of those games that you can just pop in knowing exactly what you're getting,
Yeah.
and that sucks time away from other games.
It's like a comfort thing.
Yeah.
Now, is there a career mode on that game?
Oh yeah, Road
Like
to the
Twitch
Show.
See, I love that. When
Yeah.
I don't know which NFL game it was. I don't even think it was NFL, but it was like a football game where you could like back in 2005 on the Xbox where you could play like first person football.
Yeah, no, yeah, that was NFL 2K5.
Oh, it wasn't NFL 2. Oh, yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah, it was 2K5. Dude, 2K5 is like still the best football game ever made.
Like, I don't know why they didn't put that first person mode into anything else. I don't
Are you talking about the Dreamcast version or
No.
No, PlayStation 2.
Xbox.
no,
that-
dude?
that was
2K
an
on
Sega
the
though.
2K on the Dreamcast is the best football game ever made. You want to hear this crazy story about this game?
Go for it.
They couldn't get the license to have real teams and real players because EA bought the license for their Madden games.
Yeah.
So
Right.
they were releasing around the same time. So Sega was like, you know what? F you. They released the game first, and they released it for like $20 cheaper or something like
No,
that.
yeah,
I think it
that's
was
NFL. That's
$20.
NFL
Yeah.
2K5.
Yeah, exactly. I guess it released on
Yeah.
the PS2 later on as well. But yeah, they were just like, no, screw you, Madden, and like, it's crazy.
Yeah. No, since then, other than Fight Night Champion, I haven't had like a career mode that was that satisfying, you know?
Oh,
Where you
dude,
could like
Road
go
to the
college
Show.
football and everything.
Road to the Show is crazy good. Because what you do is you start off in the double A's,
Mm-hmm.
which is the lowest tier of the major leagues, and you have to build your way up into the triple A's, and then finally onto the MLB or into the MLB. And the way that they do it this time is that instead of making your character like ultra overpowered, like 99 and everything, they give you these archetypes. And I didn't know how to feel about it at first, but it started to make more sense to me. Uh, so what you do is you pick what kind of player you want to be. Do you just want to be a power hitter with super low speed and all that stuff? Like whenever you come up to the plate, you're guaranteed to hit it hard. Or do you want to be what I am? I'm Mr. Reliable, I believe it is.
Yeah.
Where you've got good contact. You're good at contact and you're good at fielding and just getting the ball out of your hand quick. They're just these different archetypes, and it's great. And instead of pouring points into like the stats that you want to put them in, instead it does it for you based off the performance in the game. So
Okay. All right.
so yeah, exactly. It's more engaging because it makes you play like your archetype, you know?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
instead of just, okay, here's this ball, I'm just going to swing at it no matter what. It makes you play. It makes you fill your role.
And
Which
what are
is
the
something really
interactions
cool.
like outside of the games? Like, is there training? Is there?
Yep. So actually, they just introduced something new with or similar to what the NBA 2K games do, and that is like your coaches and the managers will come up to you and start talking to you, and you have these different options to choose from. And
Mhm.
in 2K, it's more or less a personality thing. Do you want to be Mr. Cool, who's just super sarcastic to everyone, or do you want to be Mr. Humble, who's just playing it off? In the show, it actually matters. So,
Oh,
like,
boy.
what you say to your manager and how you say it will affect whether or not you get put in as a starter, or and if you say something wrong, they might end up putting you on the trade block or something like that. So it actually matters.
For a
So there are
second.
those interactions in the batting cage, stuff like that.
Oh man. For some reason, that whole talking to your manager thing reminded me of SmackDown versus Raw. The character, the story mode.
Yeah, yeah.
It was
Yeah.
so goofy, that bullshit. I
How you
swear.
doing, Triple H? You doing good out there? Take this Gatorade. Hashtag Gatorade.
It's got electrolytes.
Yeah. No, yeah, but it's actually interesting. So if you are looking for a good sports game that is super like you feel invested into it.
Yeah.
Dude, Roads to the Show has been consistently great. MLB The Show games are the best sport games out there on the market.
And they're
bar
only
none.
they're a Sony exclusive too, right?
Only on PlayStation, which is
That's
crazy.
Yeah.
Sony San Diego has been doing this for years. It's insane.
Since the PS2, right?
Ugh,
I
I'm
think
still
so.
waiting for
Yeah.
another Fight Night, man.
Well,
Oh,
it hasn't
Fight Night's
been
so good.
it hasn't been exclusive to them since PS2, but because there were MLB 2K games on the 360 and PS3, or it might have only been on the 360, but
Yeah.
they stopped them.
I
Yeah.
think you still get those like weird, like almost indie kind of like baseball games that are
Yeah,
much
yeah.
smaller.
RBI baseball.
RPI
But
baseball,
if
all
you
that.
want, if you want like the Madden equivalent to MLB,
No,
it's
no,
really
no.
only
That
on
is a
Steam.
disservice
Well,
to
what I
this
mean
game.
is like, just like the tentpole baseball game.
Uh,
Not
yeah.
saying it's like on Madden's level.
If it was on Madden's level, I'd be crying. No, but yeah, definitely check this out if you're interested in a good career mode, because Road to the Show is the best.
We need a good hockey game.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I don't know how I've ever felt about hockey games. I played one that I really liked back in like 2011.
They're too hard for me.
For me, it's just-
for little baby boy. You want a little blankie for your hockey game?
You know what?
You want a little binky or some
Look,
more?
I'm the host, and I don't respect this. And you don't respect me.
Yeah.
Eject.
I agree. We should get rid of this guy. Get this hothead out of here.
No.
Yeah. So
Yeah, no, I don't know how I feel about NHL games.
Mhm.
I like soccer games like PES and
Dude,
Hmm?
Pro Evolution Soccer is leagues better than FIFA. Hot
oh,
take.
without a doubt. It
Is that
always
the
was.
Konami one?
Yeah, that's the Konami one.
It's always
Oh.
been smoother, more details, just leagues better. I don't know why people still stick with FIFA, but whatever.
The hashtag
Whatever.
brand name.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, so that's what we've been playing. We've been playing a slew of different games. I like those throwbacks, Kyler. Those are good throwbacks.
That's what I do.
Dark
That's what I'm here
Cloud.
for.
Very good, Kyler.
Dark Cloud 2,
Wait.
man.
I've been playing something else. What am I talking about?
That's
I've
right.
been playing some Donkey Kong Country.
Oh yeah.
I'm loving it. It's hard for me. I'm not I like platforms and I play them.
Mm-hmm.
Platforms. What the hell?
I play a lot of
Platforms.
platforms.
I play on all the platforms. Don't call me a fanboy.
I only
Yeah,
buy
I-
the
I-
other platforms so that people don't call me a fanboy.
Yeah,
That's why I have
like,
the Ouya.
I'm not big
Yeah.
into platformers, and when
Yeah.
I'm due, it's mostly the big ones like the Mario's and all that jazz. And I bought Crash because it's Crash, and I want to support Crash. But so when I started Donkey Kong, even the first level, I died a couple times. I felt really bad about myself.
Good.
Yeah, you're
And
terrible.
then yeah, actually, I am. And then I got to the minecart, the first minecart level, and I just died repeatedly over and over and over again
That'll
at
do
the same exact point. I love it though, and oh my god, the underwater levels are truly magical.
So how are you
Yeah.
feeling about the way it feels in controls? Do you
See,
think it holds up?
That's the thing. I don't know if it's it could be on the emulator,
Mm-hmm.
the emulators side of things, but I feel like there is some input lag, and I do think that it is the emulation. The one weird thing that I found is sometimes when you try and grab onto ropes, it doesn't.
Yep.
Oh, boy.
And so I just kind of
Jonathan, is that a
It was,
common issue?
yeah, is that a thing that Kyler? I heard you go. Yep.
Yeah, that happens a lot, especially in Donkey Kong Country 2. Like there are these jumps you have to do where you have to roll and then jump at the very last frame in order to even
Mhm.
grab onto the rope.
Oh God.
I'm not
Ridiculous.
sure if I ever noticed not grabbing a rope.
Well, you're
Because
a
you're an
you're a
expert.
platformer expert.
I'm an
so-
expert. I do
You're a
love that.
true
though.
gamer.
Really mostly in the Return series though. I love that you can roll off the side of a cliff and then jump. And you get,
Yeah.
a super jump.
It's so good.
The minecart level is absurdly infuriating because of one stupid cart that they placed,
Yeah,
and
right
it's
at the end.
right at the edge.
And not only
Right
that,
at the
but-
edge, and I don't know how to jump over it. So the only way that I can pass that is if both Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong are still in the cart, so that I hit that cart and only one of them dies.
Oh my god.
I cannot jump over it.
It's probably the input lag.
yeah, emulators usually have built-in lag. It just depends.
Like I don't know what it is. No,
Dude,
I don't even think it is the input lag because
You gotta jump at the last frame, dude. I'm telling you. You gotta
trying to do.
It's ridiculous. Have you I can't remember if it's in Donkey Kong Country 1 or 2, but there's these levels where there's these stop and go lights.
Yes, that's in the first one.
Okay.
Oh,
Wait
I
until
don't know.
wait until you get there, dude.
Oh,
Those
no.
are you got. They give you exactly as much time as you could possibly
Yeah.
have.
Yeah, if you blink or sneeze, you're done.
Yeah, you can't stop.
Jesus, My
You
eyes
are
are gonna be
done.
bleeding. Yeah. All right. Well,
Shit,
that's
yours gonna be singing, right?
just wonderful. No, but when you go underwater and aquatic ambiance comes on, that is a truly magical moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Thank you, Rare.
The entire time I was just thinking, yes.
All
This
right.
is
I
why
am
I
back.
like
Sorry about
games.
that.
This is why I like video games right here. It's good. Also, the saving is a little weird.
Oh yeah.
With good old
Well,
Oh.
yeah, you gotta get to the funky station, but at least they don't charge you like in the second game.
No, yeah, that's another thing too. Is that again the controls are whack. So when I went to Funky Kong the first time, I accidentally clicked the plane, and he took me all the way back to the beginning. I was like, no, 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 no. So I was like, safe state.
Oh,
That's
Funky
Load me back,
Kong.
load me back up there.
Funky
I was
Kong's
like, what
the
the
best.
hell?
I'll take you to the beginning, bro.
He
Let's
is the
go.
best. No, yeah, but
Not
that's
even
all
an
I
Are
wanted
You
to say.
Sure?
I'll have more thoughts. I'll have more thoughts when I get deeper in. But I'm liking it a lot so far, though. It is tough for a little amateur,
Yeah, a little baby boy like you.
You little noob.
little
Oh,
yeah,
man.
little baby boy.
You're not elite like
So
us.
Mm-hmm.
in other platformer news, we got something real small. I just want to maybe talk about it for 3 or 5 minutes. We got new Spyro teases coming out. We got an egg. We didn't get an egg because we're not popular, but other popular people got eggs, and there's just this. It's just a purple egg.
It's all but confirmed at this point.
You know what? I
Dude,
really
it
don't
was
know what
confirmed
it could be.
before the egg. Yeah, I don't
I'm
know.
really not
I think
sure.
it could be a new.
But now you
Crash.
can be confident.
Well,
I
here's
wouldn't-
why.
Anything, in my opinion.
Here's
wouldn't
why.
assume.
Here's why it's like definitely true or kind of true. Like I've been watching these like Insomniac Games at their studio. They do these like live stream things like
Mhm.
every day of the week basically, and I've been watching them like a hawk because every once in a while they like throw little tidbits out to their games.
Mhm.
But somebody in the chat like fooled them. They were like, God, what did they say? They're like, oh, did you guys see the Spyro remaster got released? And they all just kind of like jolted, like, what? We don't know nothing about that. You guys got rocked.
No. The fact that people can just go onto Twitter and ask Target for the release date, and Target will give it to them.
Wasn't that confirmed the fake account though?
No,
No.
no,
Or
it's
was it?
it's verified. It was a Twitter
Oh.
verified Target account,
Oh.
and they were people would just go, so you know anything about the Spyro? And they were like, oh yeah, launch date's in September. We got more information coming up soon. It's called the Treasure Trilogy. Blah blah blah. That it's like okay, thanks Target.
Thanks, Target.
Jeez.
This might be the worst kept secret I've ever seen.
Oh, this
Somebody
is
got fired.
absolutely the worst kept secret. So my question to you guys is: are there any other games that have stood out to you that have similar marketing strategies like this, where they sense out these funky items to people, and like everyone around was like, "What?"
The best one is, I think it was Rockstar sent out Brass Knuckles to the press to promote one of their upcoming games. I forgot what it was. And Brass Knuckles was super illegal.
Oh my
They got in
gosh.
trouble for that.
That's hilarious.
It's not a game, but I do remember a couple years ago, Marvel had like a big Super Bowl commercial, and they sent a bunch of people like Marvel themed Coke mini cans, and I was like, "That's cool. Hope they
Mhm.
sell those." And then they never did.
Thanks,
Oh
Marvel.
yeah, right.
Thanks, Coke.
Man, no, I don't know any marketing strategies like that. Not
No,
off the
yeah,
top of my head.
I was just wondering. I was just
Yeah.
seeing. I know that there was one with Agents of Shield or something like that.
Oh, for
Where
the
they-
mobile fighting game, yeah.
Oh, was it for that?
I think it was.
Marvel Strike Force.
Yeah,
where they sent
exactly.
out the Shield
Yeah.
envelopes.
Congratulations, you're part of the Shield. Remember, here's an envelope. Keep it top secret. I was like,
And
that's
everybody
cute.
everybody on Twitter was like, "Oh, I'm part of Shield now."
I want them to send me a Daily Bugle newspaper that's like, you're a menace and you're disging.
They don't give you
That's what I
anything.
want.
They give you some ricin.
Yeah.
no.
Some anthrax. Oh, what is this powder?
Yeah, so Spyro and Ricin. The best
Perfect
combination.
That's a
Yeah.
good meal. That's a good hearty meal.
I know
That's a good
one
hearty
that
meal.
the Unabomber was the kind of release.
I want to make sure that the Spyro remake is the last game I ever play.
Yes, so thanks Activision for putting some Ricin on in there.
I'm so curious to see what some of the enemies in the Spyro remake look like, because kind of like I said before, a lot of them are just blobs.
Yeah.
And like you look at them and you're like, okay, is it like when they're remaking the game, they have to ask these questions like, okay, what is this blob? Is he scaly? Is he gooey? Is he slimy? Like these were questions that were never meant to be asked.
They're just gonna make some amazing looking blobs.
I can't wait. I can't wait to
these
see
are
what
gonna be Game
look
of the
like.
Year worthy blobs. It's gonna be
Best
great.
enemy.
Blob. Yeah, at the Game Awards, Jeff is gonna be like best enemy, blobs.
Spyro blob. Moving
Spyro blobs.
Yeah.
The trending gamer. Last year was a big misfire with Dr. Disrespect, who
Ooh.
disrespected his wife.
Oh my
It's gotta be something different. JonTron, you win. 2 weeks
Oh,
later,
no.
JonTron comes out as a Nazi. Ooh, well, those are your trending gamers.
Man, it's
Yeah.
kind of like you planned this all out.
Ooh.
Every year it's just gonna get worse.
Yeah, it's only
Oh,
gonna
man.
get worse and worse. Yeah, trending gamer. Jonathan, we'll get you on there.
Yeah, man. Can't wait.
Just don't
I wanna shake-
don't come out as a Nazi, okay?
No, I just want to shake Jeff's hand. That's all.
Okay, yeah. Be best
can
friends
arrange
with
that.
Hideo Kojima.
Yeah, I want to be his best.
Oh,
friend.
they're more than best friends.
No, I don't even think they're best friends.
No, he might as well
I wanna
propose to
get
him on
Reggie
stage that one
Fils-Aimé.
time.
A Secret Santa gift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Reggie, you need to stay far away from Malik.
I feel like I feel like Reggie is actually twice the size of what he in person of what he looks like on camera.
Oh,
that's
That's
what
what
I
I
just
feel
be-
too.
Immediately intimidated. If I saw him, I would just crumple into dust.
that man
Like
is a
7'5".
giant.
I would be like, "Hey Reggie, how's Mario?" And he would just lean all the way down and just scream in my face, "Play the game!"
Yeah, exactly.
Grab you by your face.
Just lift me up to his level 4 stories high.
Oh, man, that's a terrifying face.
It
But
is. Okay, so I wanted to talk about something a little unconventional today. I was reading some Polygon, and I came across an article titled "An Honest Look Behind the Scenes of a Huge Commercial Flop," and the question it brought up was, well, there's this little game called "Where the Water Tastes Like Wine."
Mhm.
Um,
I've heard of it.
and apparently it was really, really good. But when it came out on Steam, excuse me, geez, this coffee is killing me. When it came out on Steam, it didn't sell not even close to enough to what it should have sold in order to even made it back so that
To stay afloat, basically.
yeah,
even.
exactly.
Oh,
This
yeah, this
break even.
article. Dev spent
you.
140,000 and makes
He spent
$0. so-
$140,000 out of pocket onto the project and came back with nothing.
Mm.
And so a couple weeks ago, I was also reading something about the Steam market and how awful it is to put a new game on there
Yeah.
because of everything that is poured into that marketplace. It's ruthless. Like the Steam marketplace is actually
Garbage.
it's a disaster for indie developers that are actually making good games.
Mhm.
Because there's no moderation. Like there's
It's so easy to get a game on
yeah,
there.
so there's literally broken games on there where somebody had to get like the executable patch. They had to report it, and then after they reported that, they could finally play the game. The game was not functional as soon as they bought it. That's how bad some games are.
It's like
Absolutely.
every day, hundreds and hundreds of mobile ports are being uploaded onto Steam, and it's just like crowding everything.
Yeah, so you get treasures like this, or if it's really that good, it looks like it's decent, buried under trash that's like 99 cents, so
just
somebody
have
can
to
make a
hope,
quick buck.
Like some popular streamer picks it up and streams it. Like that's your only hope for
Yeah.
selling a new game.
Like Hello Neighbor, that game didn't even review well, and yet it became a big hit because all your YouTube buddies were streaming it and screaming at it.
Yeah.
Now I see Hello Neighbor like plush dolls at Target.
Yeah, GameStop and everything.
Yeah,
I
'cause
love the art style of this game.
I
What
call that
Water
the
Tastes Like
FNAF
Wine.
effect. That's what that is.
Yeah, I think FNAF was like the first game to really have
FNAF.
this effect.
Maybe
Where-
Slender, but
Yeah, it kept, yeah.
Slender is the movie.
But Slender was correct.
I'm sorry.
You blacked out.
Yeah.
Slender was free, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
At first, and then they made like a sexier version and sold it.
Right.
Yeah, but
so
that didn't sell all that much.
I think that might be an applicable here, because it was free. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
was Five Nights at Freddy was not free, correct?
No, it wasn't.
Nah.
I don't know
It,
if it
it
was
just
$5 or something more
It
expensive.
was like 5 or 10, something like that, but
It
definitely
was
in that range.
it was spooky though, and it made the streamer go whoa. So then it sell copy.
right.
Yeah.
It's the the Steam market is so bloated with these just awful games that and the queue thing or whatever is an absolute disaster, where it just shows you, oh, what's in your queue, and then it gives you a bunch of those super crappy games where it should be giving you like these games like this, like Where Water Tastes Like Wine, that are actually good.
Mhm.
It
but
looks
there-
interesting, to be
But there
honest,
is
like, wow.
no moderation or anything like that.
It's had like an app store effect where like I mean the app store is like it feels like a dumpster fire where like there are good games on the app store if you like know where to look, if you like heard about it from somewhere else, but if you're on the app store,
Mhm.
it's like good luck finding out about anything that isn't in like the top 20,
Yeah.
you know. And I mean it's not that bad yet, but I feel like if this continues and it just keeps getting worse, I mean we might get to that point where it's just flooded with garbage and people are just going to skip all of that stuff and go straight to the stuff they know, like the AAA games and
Yeah.
the indies.
I
that
mean, that's
blow
where
up.
marketing comes in. Then, I mean, he
Right.
could have put more money into marketing, like, into sponsoring his game.
Yeah.
Wait,
Instead
did
of
you say he could
140,000
or
into
he
the
could
game.
have?
He could have, you know, found some way to put it out there.
Like,
If he
it's-
was
yeah,
smarter
it's
about it, he could have
tricky.
put it out.
If he had contacted Nintendo and Nintendo was like, we're gonna put this on the Switch with one of like all the other dozens of indie games we put out, that would have been a good bet.
Yeah,
That-
or
that's the
like
thing.
you said with the streamers, some people actually have streamers play their game.
That's another thing
So-
too, though, Kyler, is like the Steam Marketplace. The Steam Marketplace is just terrible bloat of games is starting to happen to the Switch.
Yeah, I was just about to bring that up. Not to that level,
Yeah, no, not
And
even
not
close.
quite.
and I don't think that the games coming out by by large are like crappy
Mhm.
shovelware whatever.
Yeah, absolutely not.
But there's just so much. It's like
Mhm.
how the heck does anyone find the time for this? And
Nobody.
people are just gonna see like the big indie game now it's available on Switch. That's like okay, I know this, I'll buy that. You know,
Mhm.
and I feel like the magic, I guess, that people were talking about, like the gold mine of the Switch, if it's not over by now, I feel like it's not going to last much longer, especially with
Yeah.
the shop being the way it is and having no curation really on it at all.
Yeah.
It's like a dumping ground.
I
Uh-huh.
feel like there needs to be moderation to the extent that the game just works, honestly, because if you can just release the game, like you shouldn't be able to release millions upon millions of like garbage. I guess they should meet some sort of expectation, but I think being able to release so much content leaves more chance for, gold or like for treasure to be discovered.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can sift through the trash, and then you'll find something good. And if they just didn't luck out, nobody finds it, and that's their own problem. Like I don't
Right.
have a problem with it being bloated at all, if I'm honest.
Really?
I feel like it's just
Yeah.
Is that because you know what you're looking for, or
Yeah, I know what I'm looking for. If I'm looking through the store, it's like browsing through the store. You see some garbage in the dollar store and you won't get it, but then you see that nice little, I don't know, that little cat that's waving back and forth, and you put your coin down and it puts its hand on it or something like that, and
Sure.
you pick it up and you bring it to the cash register.
I'll act like I know what that is?
Oh, you don't know that little like crap, I can't explain it, but it looks like it's like this cat, like it's like a piggy bank. And like
Okay.
it puts its hand up when you put a coin in, it like waves
Oh,
around. with,
Okay,
like,
the
solar
gold.
power.
The gold.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, something like that. Like you find little knickknacks that you see around the dollar store, and that's what the Steam store seems to me, and I don't mind it at all.
Yeah. Yeah. Go, Jonathan.
Yeah, it's just tricky because there's so many indies these days that it's like
Uh-huh.
even like I feel like even if you got rid of all like the crap, if you still had games that are good, there'd still be too many of them. you know? And it's like,
But
Yeah.
what's too many? There's so many people. Like somebody's bound to play it. You know?
yeah, that's true.
No, but see, the thing with
I
that
guess.
is you have to like it's really on the developer to gauge how much money it's going to make compared to how much money it took to make.
Yeah.
I feel like
Because like it's great if you have people playing your game, but if it's only a small amount of people, then
So
it's
is it
not
more
getting
like you
much
think it's a
money.
fear that some people might be afraid to release games that are like have quality because they don't know if it's going to be successful amongst all the garbage?
It's just it's sad to me that developers are pouring so much money into their games that are good that when they do launch on a platform like Steam, they get no recognition, whereas other games get more recognition and they're not nearly as good.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's strange how that works. There
I
should be a thing where yeah, sorry, you go, Jonathan.
it just I guess it sucks, but I feel like a lot of indie developers just have to assume the worst. They have to be like this game, like they just got to be realistic. Unless they go like all out with marketing, and it's like
Yeah.
we're gonna go, balls to the walls. We're gonna advertise this game as much as we possibly can, and we're gonna
Mhm.
get our name out there. Which I guess most of indie developers just don't have the capacity for on that level.
All right.
Yeah, it's sad but true. But it's like it's hard out there. You know,
Yeah.
you can't just assume it's going to sell because you put a lot of investment into it. You know, you
Right.
can all
It
you
felt
want. You
like
put $1 billion into it. If they don't see it, they don't see it.
right. It felt like last generation when indies were like this new thing. Felt like if you were good, you generally got noticed. Maybe you didn't blow up like a Super Meat Boy or a Bit Trip or anything, but I felt like usually it would have caught on a little bit. And I think that's just because there weren't that many and they were like unique. They were a different flavor to all like the big budget stuff that was coming out. But now it's like it's almost like the tables have turned and there's like way more indie games than there are like big budget games coming out now.
Absolutely.
Like it's like
Definitely.
impossible because games take a long time to make, especially if you're an indie developer. And the
Mhm.
worst part is that you can't even predict what like the future climate is going to be like once your game is finally ready.
Right.
So somebody could have started their development 5 years ago where, it wasn't that bad, and then now that they're done in the store it's just a complete mess. Now they're
Mhm.
screwed, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Owl Boy, I think is a game that was announced back on the early years of the 360.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Just went away for like almost a decade and then it showed up and I think it did pretty well for itself at least and I still want to get around to it for sure.
Yeah, it's
But
got a lot of buzz around it.
but it's just nutty that I mean that was just a couple people and they made this like big ambitious game
Yeah.
and they're lucky that it caught on.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. That's what it is. It's luck. And his game could have been the same, but sadly he didn't hit the spot like that. You know,
Like I mean even something like Undertale like
that
how
could
many
have
how
like
many
not
more
been seen at all.
how many more like Undertales are out there that nobody knows about, but if everyone knew about it, it would be just as big, you know?
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's
You
what
would
I
give
think
it to
about.
the Pope if you had the opportunity.
Yeah, man. That's what I'd do.
Have you guys heard of this game Lisa?
Lisa, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, good. Because that's kind of like a small Undertale game that's kind of like gone under the radar.
I think it came out
Yeah.
around the same time.
It
didn't
did, yeah.
Yeah, it
Mhm.
was fairly noticed. It has like a moderate reputation, but it's not like
Yeah.
too big.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's going back on the whole curation thing. The curation of Sony and the PlayStation Store makes 0 sense
Mhm.
at all. They're always they're always stopping a bunch of games from getting in because they haven't hit the quality that PlayStation is looking for. Yet Sony has allowed this game called Life of Black Tiger, The Rage of Black Tiger, into their PlayStation Store. This this has got to be one of the worst games ever made, and I don't understand
I'm
how.
gonna show you the worst game ever made. Hold on,
Dude,
let me find this thing.
It happens a lot. Like, what the hell is Putty Squad? Why is Putty Squad there?
Exactly. Oh, Putty Squad is a running joke between.
Putty
Why
these
is
Squad
guys.
is a classic.
Busby? Why is Bubsy in there? That game's garbage.
It's so strange. But this Life of Black Tiger, it's not even called Life of the Black Tiger, or like who knows? Like what's this thing? Is this Black Tiger's name Black Tiger? Like
It's a black tiger, that's all.
Life of Black Tiger.
Like that is a legit bad Steam game that made its way onto PS4. It's ridiculous.
I just don't understand what the curation of Sony is if they actually let that on.
It's like
I
when,
don't
have to
know.
do this
when it
before I
comes to
go to
moderation. When it comes to moderation, I feel like you have to be lenient. I think, but you also well, but by that I mean it's hard to say. I think it's hard to get across what I'm trying to say, but it's like-
Okay, I take that back. Life of Black Tiger looks a lot worse than the game I was about to bring up.
Life of Black Tiger is ridiculous.
Oh my
think-
god, this is terrible.
I think if the game looks like it has actual like effort put into it,
Mhm.
I feel like it should be able to go through even if it's not a great game. And I feel like a lot of these games just look like no effort was put into it at all.
I know.
And I feel like there should be like, especially Valve. Like Valve is like one of the biggest companies. I feel like, right? And
Mhm.
it's like they do
Yeah.
nothing. And
But
it's
they're
like
the worst at it.
they could hire teams and teams of people. I mean, I'm no businessman. I don't know if they can actually do this. or
No,
not,
they
but
could. They definitely could.
they should have people to communicate with the developers too, and like say, hey, talk to them about the game. Why should it be on Steam?
Right.
And even if the game isn't great, even if it's like just if it's something that was like an honest effort, and you could tell the developer tried, and they just want to get out there so that they can get some like, positive feedback. Like the guy who made Five Nights at Freddy's, before he did that, he did this weird looking like children's game, but the models were exactly the same and they looked creepy and disgusting. And people were like, what the heck are you doing? Like, this is gross. Why don't you make a horror game?
Yeah.
So he did. And then look what happened. Now it's like a giant, not anymore. I don't know if it's still giant, but that was a franchise for a couple years,
Yeah.
like that kind of like constructive feedback instead of just saying, okay, your game loads. Oh, it doesn't load. Whatever. It can still go up.
Yeah.
It was made with like a bunch of freeware assets and is obviously, or like the achievement games where you buy a game on Steam that gives you like a ton of achievements and that's all they do.
Right.
I remember I bought this really terrible game on Steam. I need to open it up. It was called like GTA Free. Wait.
Oh yeah.
Oh fuck. Let me see. Not GTA 5. There we go. It's so bad. It's like a flash game. I don't even know why I spent 99 cents on that.
The best is when you go to like G2A and you get there like, oh, 10 games for $5. 10
Yes.
games you don't want.
Oh, I
Oh.
have some of those. They're great. They're so fucking awful.
The modern
think
day
it's
Action
amazing.
52.
See, that's where the bloat comes in for fun though, because you can just sell your Steam cards and buy a 99-cent garbage game like Camera Obscura. I haven't played that since. Or so much garbage. Or Beep. I haven't even touched that.
No, yeah, I just wanted to bring this up because I thought it was an interesting discussion point. Is just the video game markets and
Yeah,
indie
definitely
games in
it is.
general.
It
It's
feels
just
like
it's weird.
it feels like there's no easy solution, but I feel like there's got to be a solution at some point. Otherwise, it's just gonna keep getting out of control.
There's
I don't
no
think it'll
easy
get out of control
solution.
though. I think it'll just keep growing and people just can develop what they want until they get like sometime they'll have their own platform where people just release their garbage into some other side of the into some other side of Steam, and then the real games will get their own page. Like some part will have moderation, some part will have garbage.
That's true. Well, I mean, I think that was the point of Greenlight. Like Greenlight was like, here are these
Yep.
games. Do these
Yeah.
look good? It's up to you to decide if they get published or not. But that just
Yeah.
was nothing. That was a dud. And now I don't even know if it's still a thing.
No, it's not. They shut it down for their early access program or whatever.
That's a shame.
It's strange. It's really weird. The next thing that I have is a pretty huge piece of news, and that is Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers has announced that they have become Hitman's publisher.
Yay!
Have you guys played the new Hitman at all?
It's awesome.
No,
It
I
is
don't
awesome.
agree. I think it's okay.
It's
Really?
it's awesome. The only
Yeah.
thing that is kind of sucky about it, I guess, is the control scheme or like switching between things can be a little clunky. But at first, I didn't like it that much either. But dude, after throwing things at somebody's head like over and over again, that game is so good.
It's incredible how much you can do.
I was
Yeah.
kind of hoping it would be a little bit more open, like how open the world was, and it felt still like really. It felt a lot more limited than like Blood Money or something. Honestly,
Really?
yeah.
There are a few maps
Whoa.
that are big hitters, and then there are a couple that are kind of sleepers. Like Sapienza, I think is the best map in that entire game.
Yes, the Italy or the
Yeah,
Italian
it's so big,
setting.
and
Oh,
there's so
it
many
is.
indoors, and there's like an underground lab facility, and
Yes.
it's
I
awesome.
haven't played all that much. I played like 3 different levels. I didn't
Which
like it. I
ones?
played that infiltration mission where you have to like kill 3 different generals or something like that, and
What
then you have
the-
to kill this rock star over at an island, in this like hotel. I don't remember what that mission was called. And
What
then you
in
had
the
to kill
world?
someone in Chinatown.
Are we talking about the same Hitman game?
Yes, the new one.
The episodic one.
Yeah, we are.
Whoa,
Huh.
I do not remember any of that.
You don't remember killing the
Yeah.
rock star?
No.
I vaguely remember that. I don't know about the Chinatown thing though. You mean Japan?
Probably Japan. Yeah.
That's
Probably
racist, Malik.
Japan.
Oh,
You know,
did
it's all
you
the same thing.
wait? Did you play the story modes, or were those just the missions that, like the weekly missions?
No, that's the story mode. Especially the infiltration one. That's definitely story.
What in the world? I don't know.
It was like a barracks. Yeah.
The barracks.
You had to like sneak around it, and then you had to it was 3 different people you had to assassinate, some girl and 2 other dudes.
This is the strangest thing. I feel like I should be remembering this, but I do not at all.
I feel like I
See,
barely
that's something
remember some of
bad.
that,
It's not
but
memorable.
I
Oh,
could.
but I do remember everything everything in that game.
There's
I-
one way to kill somebody in Sapienza. You're trying to kill this woman, and you can like fool her into thinking that you're her lover and like lure her up into the
Yes.
room. It's so good.
Yes. Oh yeah, that's so good. I love the fashion show.
Yeah, that is so
The
cool.
fashion show is so good.
Helmut Kruger, I think his name was.
Yes. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I became him.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, it's so good. Oh, that was so rewarding. The very first mission, Kyler, where you go into the base and you have to try and kill the guy by the airplane or whatever.
Yeah.
I tinkered around with the plane itself.
Yeah.
And the ejection seats.
Yeah, that was horrible.
And when he
That was
got in, it
horrifying.
just ejected him straight up.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
that
did
was the
that too.
now I feel like I
best.
need to play more of it.
When I pulled that off, like I was just watching from the bylines and the whole thing happening. And it was so good.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
But then my worry is like, how many ways can you really do it?
Oh, a lot.
lot,
There are so
a
many
lot.
fucking ways you could do it, dude. Like, actually,
There's
there
so
are
many
so many
scripted
ways.
and unscripted ways to murder many people in that game.
Even just the tutorial, the yacht is so good.
Yeah, that's a great way to like, train the player.
Man, dude, I do not remember anything that you said. Mullen. Like, actually,
There was
think about
there was a timed hit where you actually kill Gary Busey.
what?
Gary Busey, at one point in time, there was an online hit that lasted for like a couple of days where Gary Busey was in the game and your goal is to kill Gary Busey.
Oh, that's not
That
possible.
is incredible.
Gary
absolutely
Busey. Who has ever thought about him in years?
Are you thinking about Hitman Absolution?
I think on the Chinatown one I am, but not on the other ones. No, like the Hitman Worlds one. I don't think I'm thinking about. Like the Rockstar one, I'm not thinking about the Hitman Absolution at all.
Really?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
positive on that one. But with the Chinatown, yeah, that's Hitman Absolution. I'm pretty sure about that one.
In
Okay.
Sapienza,
Okay.
you
Yeah.
can get an exploding golf ball and kill him that way. An exploding golf ball.
Have you played the Italian one, Malik?
No.
Do it. You will
Okay.
love it. You will
I'll
love
give
Yeah,
it.
that
it's
one a
great.
shot.
Yeah, you went straight to episode 4 or whatever in Bangkok. Death of a Rockstar. So you skipped like 3 missions.
Yeah, I was playing on my friend's computer, so I was like, I just played from where he went off.
Yeah,
Well,
it's just
it was all right.
Give it a shot because it's so good.
it's
Yeah.
really good. I think that's one of those games that I think is kind of underrated too.
I think I'd have to do it in my own environment too, because it felt like we were just rushing through, like trying to play it fun, and I guess like not really thinking it through and like thinking like a Hitman, like I would in Blood Money, like kind of took the fun away from it. Because
Dude,
I played
yeah.
I played through Blood Money like it was nothing. It was so fun.
Blood Money is awesome, but I
Yeah.
would go to the lengths of saying this is the best Hitman ever made.
Really?
I don't even think that's a question.
Honestly, it is.
Okay.
It is that good.
But I was that's why I was so sad when they parted ways with Square Enix, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, what are they gonna do? Is Square Enix gonna keep the rights to Hitman? Like, IO has to make these games.
I
And
know.
then luckily they let them have the license, and I was like, this is incredible.
Exactly.
And now they got picked up by Warner Brothers.
And now Warner Brothers was like, you know what? Let us publish your games. And
yeah.
I don't know how I feel about Warner Brothers publishing.
Because of microtransactions or
Oh no! Oh no!
Yeah, exactly. And
loot
that,
boxes.
yeah, that actually will take us right into our next discussion about Warner Brothers and their little game called Middle Earth: Shadow of War. They just announced that they were removing the microtransactions from that.
Yeah.
game.
Oh, that's actually surprising because those were annoying as hell.
You know,
Mhm.
it's not surprising. It's actually disgusting. Why now?
Why not just from the beginning?
Yes,
Yeah,
They
like
just-
they didn't
milk-
think people would bitch about it.
they
You know?
milked it.
yeah, that game's been out for quite a while too. They could have done this
That
a
game's been
long
out
time
for
ago.
half of a
October.
year.
6 months.
Okay, and now after everybody that's going to play that game played it and bought the loot boxes already, now they're taking it out.
I remember Justice
is
also had some
gross.
pretty skeevy microtransactions is in there as well.
Yep.
See, the thing is though about those microtransactions, they didn't really help you too much in the story. I heard.
No, Shadow
Like,
of War ones.
You had to like go to a certain point in the game, and then by then you're already reaching other weapons that were same strength.
I was hearing the exact opposite about
Really?
Shadow of Wars. Yes, like the ending. The ending, you can't get the true ending without either grinding a shit ton or buying loot boxes.
Oh, that's fucking insane! I didn't hear about that. That's fucking
Yes,
disgusting.
It
That's
is.
a new level of gross.
Oh, absolutely. And nobody was talking about it because everybody was talking about Battlefront 2.
Oh my god.
Battlefront 2's microtransactions. And
Yeah,
Yeah, I remember Shadow of War had it had some controversy, but Battlefront 2 was like the next level, and thankfully for Warner Brothers, that kind of happened around the same time ish,
yeah, like right after.
right after it came out. So
Right when the wave was about to come crashing down on Warner Brothers, the wave like did a 360 and started going towards EA.
well,
Mhm.
a 360 would technically still be going towards Warner Brothers.
That is
360 and
true.
walk away.
That is true. Yeah.
yeah. What would like
Oh, we're
what?
bringing the wave back.
I don't know what they don't understand about keeping transactions cosmetic only. I don't get it. What's
what-
so hard to understand about
What
that?
I don't
Fucking
understand
crazy
is
cunts.
who is this Michael transaction guy think he is going in with this sack of transactions and throwing them in these games? Get this Michael transaction guy out of here.
It's in his
I
name.
agree.
He can't control himself.
it's in
it's-
its nature.
That
It's
also leads
un-American.
to another question of like what microtransactions are correct? How do you do
Cosmetic
micro
only.
that's what I agree with.
Same.
Yeah.
My stance is cosmetic only. They don't affect the gameplay, and I'd rather you know what you're getting. I don't like loot boxes.
I think ones that are correct is ones that make people feel like idiots for buying it. Like extra lives in some kind of like phone games where you can buy an extra life or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need it. You can still get through the game if you can play well enough.
In Injustice, you could buy like token packs that would like automatically do a combo for you.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, yeah, fine. That's fine. that is
No,
completely
that is bad.
No
Like you're
no
paying for
way.
cheat codes.
That is not
If
correct.
you play against someone who can play better than you, and you bought that crap,
you
should
gotta
feel
learn
like
the
an idiot.
game.
No,
Play
gotta
the
learn the
game. Play the game, Malik.
no,
Play
I get. See, the thing is, I'm not
game.
gonna buy that. But if you beat somebody who has that, they can feel like an idiot for buying it.
But at the same time, if you spend hours and hours mastering the controls of a game, and here comes little Billy who spent $40 on tokens, and
Who
he's just
stole his mother's credit card?
yeah, stole
Well,
his
I
mommy's
didn't
credit
spend
card.
$40.
Oh, that's wrong.
I don't know. I think it's a lot more entertaining to learn the controls yourself.
No, but how do you know? How do you know that the person bought that? You know?
Yeah.
I think there might be an animation of them like using a token, so to shame them.
I think there is at like the top of their name or something.
Yeah, I think it shows.
That is
It's
just gross.
it's tricky, and I think it depends on the game too. Like if
I
your
don't
game
think
is
it's
free to
tricky at
play,
all.
well, by this I mean if your game is free to play, then your entire game is based on microtransactions to make money.
But this is where the issue comes in. It's where it brings people to a disadvantage. There's games like Black Desert Online where it's just a one-time payment, and then in PvP, certain cosmetics will give you bonuses.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll do a lot better than other people. So they need to go on a constant grind, keep beating bosses. And my coworkers, they all started playing the game. They all stopped because of it.
Wow.
It just makes everybody stop the game because they don't want to pay for constant microtransactions. They don't want to keep up with this buying, with this garbage. You should just have to make it a monthly payment then if you have to make the game funner that way.
Right.
You know? But it's just not the right way to do it. You don't give people a benefit for paying the game. It should be a grind. If you're already grinding, you should be able to get there just by working your way there,
It's
not
like
by paying.
it's like all of these games are coming out with the free to play model.
Right, and they're not
Like-
free
like-
to play.
Exactly. It's like they have a core game, more of a game than free to play games, obviously, but the model is still exactly the same,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
which that just rubs me absolutely the wrong way. That is-
Yeah.
that's not right. That's not right.
It's like this is gonna sound sacrilegious, and I've complained about this so many times before. And I'm not gonna say this is like the perfect way to do it, but I feel like the way that Fortnite kind of handles it, and by that I mean you know what you're getting,
Mm-hmm.
and that's it. You just see what you're gonna get. You pay the money. Now Fortnite, I think those items by and large are ridiculously overpriced.
$10 for a costume, yeah.
Yeah,
Dude.
yeah. I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, you could say that the game is free, so they're in their right to charge more. But at the end of the day, you're paying like $20 to look like a dinosaur.
If you
Yeah.
wanted to straight up buy, no, get this. If you wanted to straight up buy John Wick, it would cost you $100.
What?
Wait,
Yes.
in what game?
Fortnite,
What?
dude. There was nothing right about that.
That is
No.
disgusting.
No.
But
Dude, imagine-
no. If they want it, it's cosmetic. I think it's right.
Regardless,
Yes,
Not
it's there.
$100.
No,
though.
it's fine. You can make it $1 million. If no one can buy it, that's up to them. It's cosmetic.
that reminds me of this iPhone app from long ago where it was just a picture of a diamond and you had to pay like $100,000 to get a
Oh
picture
my
of a
god,
diamond.
I remember that. But dude, imagine if in Mario Odyssey you could just buy the shines or the stars for like $2 a piece.
Oh, that'd be so.
So you pay like this is what it seems like to me. You pay like $60 to buy the game, and then you're gonna spend additional money so you cannot play the game.
Or you know what it would be. You know what? And they
What?
could have done this. You could have done. You buy the costumes for money.
Yeah, see, like if they put like an extra, 15 costumes or something in the pack, I might want to buy that, but
Yeah.
I think
not
for
right.
Me, I think for me it's just the lack of transparency, I guess. When it comes to the stuff like loot boxes, I would much rather just pick the skin. That's what I want. I'm going to buy it and then I'm done, rather than I have to buy a loot box and hope I get it. And if I don't, got to get another, then another, and then another.
Oh, got
If
the
you're
big
looking for
stickers.
one
I feel like if they
specific
want to make it
thing.
risky, they can do that too.
The best microtransaction system I see right now is Rainbow Six Siege.
How is that?
And in that you can straight up buy the skins, whatever you want, but there are still loot boxes, and after every match you get a percentage goes up, and then the wheel spins, and if you land on this certain part that gets bigger based off of your percentage, then you get a loot box, and you open up the loot box, blah blah blah, the skins come out, but you can still buy the skins no matter no matter how much you got.
Mhm.
50% of the time, the skin that you want, you'll be able to buy with your coins or whatever that you get through playing the game. Or you might get it a little faster because you might get it through a loot box, or you might get something else through a loot box. I think that's fine. And everything is cosmetic.
Yeah.
Everything is cosmetic.
That's
Yeah, exactly. As long as it's
honestly-
cosmetic, I'm completely fine with it.
to me that's like the most like convincing case I think for a loot box I've heard of. As long as you like have, it's all about options.
Mhm.
Or I think another thing that works is like in MOBAs. This is down to, I think the only one that has this right. I haven't checked out other ones too well. I know Dota, all of them are free because why make them pay? But in League of Legends, this works as they have a free rotation of heroes,
Mhm.
and then they have a few that are free already, and then you can buy them with your IP points.
Mhm.
I've seen other ones where you have to actually pay for other characters no matter what. And then here in League, you can just pay and get all the characters right away. And I'm completely fine with that. If you want to work your way to them, you can do that. You just win a bunch of games, you buy another hero, So
Mhm.
I'm also okay with that kind of system. But if you have to actually pay for any other characters and you can't work your way towards it, that's the point where I'm like, no, that's stupid. That's why I think that what's that game called? It starts with a P. It was another MOBA.
Paladins.
No, not Paladins. That's a good guess though.
I don't know.
Uh,
MOBAs.
It was on the PS4.
Paragon?
Paragon. That's why they didn't pick up
That's
because they
getting
had to
closed
pay
down,
for
isn't it?
Yeah, it got shut down.
Well, you know what? At least Epic was nice enough. I think they did this.
Give
that
all the
anyone who-
assets.
Not only that,
Oh.
but I think anyone who bought microtransactions, I think they all got refunded.
Reimbursed. Yep.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep, that is true. And Epic went and took every asset from the game and are like giving it out for free.
Yeah, that's so cool.
That's great.
That is
wow.
unbelievable.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, I
so
mean,
you could go out there and make a game with a Paragon character right now.
Oh yeah.
and then I can sell it on
boy.
Steam for $5, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's just like you gotta weigh it differently. I think between like a $60 game versus something that's free, because if it's free, that's how you make your money. If you're already paying $60, then it's just another way to just get more money, I guess.
Look, Fortnite is like one of the worst examples of this. It's one of the worst cases that you can present because the microtransactions that are in there now, that's not the vision that they had for the game in the first place.
No. I mean, their vision for the
That's
game wasn't even
disgusting.
Battle Royale.
No, that's what I'm saying. So when this battle royale thing came out, and now that all of a sudden they're like, you know what, we could put microtransactions into this. We can get all the kids to buy into our little microtransactions. Wait,
Yup.
that's not right at all.
I
But
got
it is
first-hand
though.
experience
It's
with
not.
this
It's
stuff.
not giving them any advantage. It's a skin. It's a
But-
costume.
But
The
it's
stupid kids,
it's-
if they want to buy it, if they want to use their money on it, they can do it.
No, but that's not what the game was supposed
it's,
to be.
It's not just that it's a skin. It's like you.
Plans change.
It's true. It's true that it doesn't affect the gameplay, but it's like that doesn't matter. Because I mean, I was talking to my brother who kept
Mhm.
begging me backwards and forwards. I need 1,000 V-Bucks. I need 1,000 V-Bucks. He said it himself that well, it doesn't change the gameplay, but he still kept crying because he wanted a skin. He wanted a dance. He
Well,
wanted a new
that's how
pickaxe.
kids are. He's also like that with Roblox, isn't he?
Yeah.
Exactly. They have Robux.
Listen, I don't have to agree.
I don't have
Do
to
you-
agree with their
Do you
decisions.
guys remember
that one brief period of time last generation where EA would make you buy in order to play online for their games?
Yeah, if you didn't buy
Like-
it brand new.
Yeah, it would come with like a little code, and if you bought it used, you would have
Right.
to pay like $5 or $10 or something to play that game online.
Aw,
That was
that's-
garbage.
That's
were the
ruthless.
days.
Those are the
Mhm.
days.
I'll
Yeah,
be
it's
right
just-
back.
It's just these developers are taking advantage, especially Epic. Like Epic with Fortnite, that is gross to me because they sell this game for $60, and that's something people don't get either. Is that Fortnite is $60 or free to play with the Battle Royale version of it. Dude, they're still getting lots of money off of the Fortnite $60 version. Okay, and now they're like, a battle royale. Yes, let's put in let's put in a Game Pass. You know what? Screw the game that we were selling for $60. This is where our focus is now. And they're making people pay so much money for this stupid battle pass or shit like that when their game came out for $60. It's just
You gotta follow the money, man. You gotta follow that money.
just gross to me, dude. It's
yeah.
That's not good. That is not good. That is taking advantage of your players straight up.
I mean, if it was up to me, if I was in charge of the laws, I would make it so that if your game costs money, then you shouldn't be able to do microtransactions. If you want to do like a DLC, like something meaty, something where it's like this is like an expansion to our game. This is like new levels or new maps or anything.
Yeah, remember when DLC was actually meaningful?
Yeah.
Remember expansion passes where it was like a whole wealth of content, like a brand new game, basically.
Exactly.
You know what I was thinking earlier? It's like everything is now called a games as a service. Even if your game is getting free updates, people say it's games as a service, and that's what everything is now.
Yeah, they're not wrong.
Yeah.
They're not wrong.
I think the best example I can look out with expansion packs are MMOs back in the past. Those were the best ones.
Oh,
Diablo had
absolutely.
some good ones.
Yeah, Diablo. Oh yeah,
StarCraft had great ones.
Oh yeah, no Blizzard just with expansions
Yeah,
in
in
general.
general.
Like
Uh,
there's great.
Borderlands DLCs were phenomenal.
Oh yes.
Boy, I wonder what Borderlands 3 is gonna look like with those.
Yes.
I mean, I don't
speaking
think
of-
they'll change too much. Yeah.
Speaking of Borderlands, we got some rumors circling around.
Oh
that
boy.
Mhm.
Microsoft has marketing rights to. I got to pull this up. I forgot this was the one thing I forgot to pull
I
up.
got
How
the list
dare
up
you.
already.
Okay, go for it.
All right, so we got these ones are obvious. Battlefield 5, Madden, and Anthem. Duh, right? All EA games. And then you get something more interesting. You get Cyberpunk 2077, which isn't too crazy because they got they had the marketing for The Witcher, if I remember right.
Yes.
These last two games are interesting because these games aren't even like officially announced yet. That's Borderlands 3, which I think everyone knew was gonna happen,
This next.
I honestly didn't expect it.
is Splinter Cell.
Yes.
yes.
So
Splinter
Really?
Cell is making a fucking comeback.
They better do it good.
Yes.
Like,
Oh
that
my
last
God.
one was not worth it.
No, Blacklist was so good.
Okay, okay, never mind. I was thinking about Conviction.
Oh yeah, okay, dude.
Yeah, no, I didn't play
You
Blacklist
want,
yet.
dude, you want a good Splinter Cell game? Blacklist is great.
Okay.
And you
Yeah,
can get it for like dirt cheap, like $5.
Blacklist was like one of those like late 7th gen games that were just like, I don't want to play anything on a PS3 or 360 anymore. I just want to play console.
didn't that come out on
So good.
3DS too?
No,
Wasn't there a
there was a
3DS port?
There was a Splinter Cell for the 3DS. I think that was Splinter Cell 3.
It was like a
of that.
port. It was like a port of it.
That
I
was on the
almost
Wii.
bought it. I almost bought it.
I remember Ghost Recon for 3DS. People to this
Ghost
day
Recon Tactics.
people recommend that game like in earnest. Like it's one of the better games on that
Ghost
system.
Recon and
Yeah.
SOCOM on the original PSP are actually great games.
Oh,
Dude,
SOCOM
Blacklist-
is great. Period. Yeah, what?
Did Blacklist have a co-op?
Yeah, actually.
Okay, yeah, because I'm just looking for that Chaos Theory experience. I just want them to go back to those roots where they can like improve that, but still like recapture that feeling. Because I feel like those missions were the most fun. You played Chaos Theory?
No, I did not.
Oh my god, you'd love it. I know you would. I know you playing with somebody else would be like, I have to get you into that with co-op. It's
Really?
so fun. Yes.
Dude, I just want.
It's amazing.
Splinter Cell is so great.
Yeah, so
Oh.
guess we know what we can expect from. Assuming this is true.
Well, it got leaked prior to this.
Oh, did it really?
Yeah.
I must have missed it. This is
Uh-huh.
the first time I'm hearing about it.
Yeah.
So is Splinter Cell has it typically always been a Microsoft exclusive type of thing, or just
Yeah.
during the
Well, not
360 era?
It's mostly been on the Xbox, like Pandora
Marketing-
Tomorrow.
I
Yeah,
remember
marketing is on 360. Like
I remember-
Conviction was marketed hardcore for the 360.
I
Yeah.
remember the original trilogy was on everything, but like you had to play the Xbox version. That was like where they were built. They had
Yeah.
like bigger areas, better graphics. Like that
Mhm.
was even better than the PC versions in some areas. but
Yeah,
to this
the
day, it's
Xbox
still
one
not.
had better graph, or from what I remember at least.
Mhm.
Probably later you could might make it better, but the Xbox one was definitely better than the PS2 for like Chaos Theory and Pandora Tomorrow. All of them really.
So
yeah,
a
trilogy.
lot of the
played-
third-party games at that time
I
were.
played Conviction for a little bit. It's a good game, but it's not a good Splinter Cell.
Yeah, it's not a good Splinter Cell. The part that bothered me is like towards the end, it turns into an action mess. It's like it's not Splinter Cell anymore. It's just a fucking shooter.
But this new Splinter Cell better like just refine Spies versus Mercs.
Oh
Oh, dude, Spies versus Mercs is some of the most fun multiplayer I've ever had.
Mhm.
I never had any interest in Splinter Cell for some reason. I was always like a Siphon Filter and Metal Gear Solid guy.
Oh, dude, you would love Splinter
I
Cell.
think you really.
Okay, so which one should I play if I wanted to get into it?
Blacklist.
Chaos Theory.
Blacklist.
Blacklist.
So was Blacklist the most recent one?
Yeah.
Yes.
And that can you get that on Steam?
Yes, I
Yes.
have it on.
All right,
Steam.
let me search through all of these hundreds of games.
All right. If you get
Download
through
it.
Blacklist and you're looking for something else, you can get
my
Chaos
gosh.
Theory for free, probably. Just
Do not-
saying.
do not buy- do not buy Splinter Cell Blacklist right now. Wait for a sale. This thing is.
Oh, for sure, it's 30
$30
bucks.
right now.
Nah, yeah, I'll wait for it to become 99 cents during the summer sale.
I think I got it on G2A.
But if you ever get a friend on a local area network, like
Hmm.
Chaos Theory is so fun to play together. I'm telling you.
It looks cool.
It is.
Oh, this is Ubisoft?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, weird. Oh, so you know this new one's gonna have all kinds of like Tom Clancy's and Wildlands and all these other systems in it.
Yeah.
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 They're gonna
But-
Ubisoft it up.
Okay, honestly though, it's a little weird because the new Ghost Recon was very similar to what an action oriented Splinter Cell would have been.
Mhm.
It's interesting. I cannot wait to see how they differentiate Splinter Cell from what they have with Ghost Recon Wildlands. It's going to be super interesting to
So
see.
Splinter Cell is primarily a single player focused game, right?
Yes, but the multiplayer is exceptional.
So do you
Oh,
think
wow.
they'll incorporate that sort of like they do with the Division and Wildlands into a Splinter Cell type game where you play with your
Absolutely.
buddies into the main story progression?
I have no doubt. Just the way that games are, the way that Ubisoft games are, zero doubt in my mind.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
I'm gonna say no. Actually,
Really?
yep.
Really?
Especially because they have those big, heavy multiplayer hitters coming out, like the Division 2.
I mean, that's true. I just feel
And
like
Also,
they-
it-
I
get another one
Splinter
on.
Cell will be more. It will be co-op. I think it will be more co-op based than the other ones, but I think that it's going to be more linear and not as open, which is, in my opinion, good for Splinter Cell.
I think they should keep it linear.
Yeah.
But like, I think they should leave options open. Like, you should be able to go different paths.
Oh,
on the
you
missions.
would
I think
love
they will do that.
Blacklist. Oh,
Yeah.
man. Blacklist is so good because it throws you into this linear storyline, but the areas are open.
Mhm.
It is kind of like Hitman, Kyler, in that sense.
Huh.
Where, because there are 3 different paths. There's like a Panther, Ghost, and something else. And the way that you play, you start getting perks and stuff for that direction that you're going in. Ah, dude, Blacklist is great. Play it.
I want to. My two favorite types of games are 3D platformers and stealth games. So
Yeah.
Yeah. No, if you look in the chat, I sent you guys an image. They even changed, like, since you said like they focused the graphics on Xbox in the past, they even focus on the Xbox 360 for the Blacklist more than
Oh.
they did on the PS3.
Mhm.
Would you look at that?
Well, yeah. That's
Um,
interesting. It could have
yeah.
also been because the architecture on the PS3 sucks.
I don't know.
But-
The PS3
Yeah.
generally had better graphics. Like if you look at Final Fantasy, it looked
On
better
their
than
ex-
it did.
Yeah,
for
on,
sure.
it
Depending on the
depends.
game.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess we could talk a little bit about the other unannounced game, Borderlands.
Oh yeah, Borderlands.
Which I don't know.
Yeah, I don't really know how much there is to talk about it other than it's going to be Borderlands.
Like, I don't know if this is the worst kept secret besides Spyro. It's not really a secret though. They're
No,
kinda
it's
open
not a
about it.
secret. They've definitely said that it's in development.
Yeah, I don't. It's never been so official that it was put on like I think a PR. Other than like we're gonna have a game this year, like and this year it's probably Borderlands. And
Yeah. If Borderlands actually comes out this year, whoa,
Mhm.
wow.
I
That
think it's
is-
time for
that is
them
big.
to split away from that class system, though. I think it's time for them to
Whoa,
open up a
really?
bit more. Yeah, I really do.
How would you do that then?
I don't know, just make like a blank slate where you can kind of just choose between the four in like, or if they make more options, to like branch out and choose different options from them. So you don't have to play a specific character in a role. You can
Mhm.
make your own character and join in a team of four instead. So maybe they'll change that factor where it's not a party of people, instead it's one person, and then you'll start going into co-op like that.
That's interesting.
Yeah. No, I think it'd be nice to take a different twist on it, because I don't know, I'm kind of being sick. Like when I play the games, I'm sick of being tossed into a mold of like a certain class that I have to play, honestly.
See, the best thing about whenever I talk about skill trees, which is not often, not often
Mhm.
does it come up in conversation where I'm like, oh, skill trees, yes. But whenever I do, the skill trees nowadays are becoming meaningless. They're becoming you know what, there's a skill tree here, but we're going to give you enough points throughout the game that you can just get every skill. And that to me does not make any sense. It
All right.
takes away from skill trees in general.
My first part, you're messing up, because ladies love when you talk about skill trees.
Really?
But two,
Yeah. Oh yeah. Confirmed.
yeah, it works every time.
Nice.
But two, yeah, I definitely agree. I that definitely bothers me. That's the main thing that bothered me with I don't know, Fallout 4. I don't feel like they went into enough detail with that.
Mm-hmm.
And then a lot of games, like, or one that really pissed me off is Diablo 3, where they auto level you. And I don't think that's right. I think you should be able to do your own stats. I think you should be able to do your own skill tree. Hell, the one game that really perfects it is Path of Exile, where you really just branch out. It's a huge tree. It's gigantic, you know?
Yeah,
And I think every game should have it like that, or every
Yeah,
RPG should have an
see,
option where you can just go through
that's
and make
why.
that kind of character.
Yeah, what I was getting at was I appreciate Borderlands's skill trees so much because there's a class and then
Mhm.
there's 3 subclasses in there, and
Yeah.
they don't give you enough points to max out all the subclasses or
Yeah.
even max out an entire subclass. There like are even subclasses inside of the subclasses, you know?
Yeah.
And just making your character different from everybody else's was always something really meaningful. And in games like Horizon Zero Dawn,
Yeah.
I was always, or it leveling up and progressing just didn't seem like
Important.
anything. Yeah,
yeah.
because I was just becoming the same person everybody else was, and using the same skills everybody else was, and just becoming what the game wanted me to become, than
Yeah,
what I wanted to
exactly.
become. You know?
Yeah. And that's why like I want them to kind of branch out. I like the skill system's great, and I like the classes are nice, but I want them to make it optional, so you can just like, maybe if someone wants to become a mesh of all the four or something like that, or like get different abilities so they can have the whatever that, telekinesis chick had, and then also be bulky, or all kinds of stuff, be like the soldier mixed with the ninja.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I love those skill trees so much, is because they actually make you feel
Unique.
unique. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, there you go, Kyler. Go play some Splinter Cell Blacklist tonight, my friend.
Oh my god.
What?
Mm-hmm. What? No, I just got him Splinter Cell.
Oh,
I was
Jesus.
like, dude, just go play it.
I was
Oh
like,
my
why did you
god.
just cut?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Splinter Cell, here I come.
So yeah, Microsoft marketing rumors, they're interesting, especially this one, because it was like, yeah, new Splinter Cell, and yeah, new or 3. I hope Borderlands 3 comes out this year.
Yeah.
I think it's
Oof.
finally time it's going to be announced. So that'll
It's
be
just-
interesting. Probably at
it's just
Microsoft
weird.
conference then.
Yeah, because usually the game comes out in September. Yikes. But I could see in
Sounds great.
November.
That's what we need. Another video game in September.
Oh
just
no!
another.
I could really use
September.
Mountain Blade in September.
I know what I'm doing in September.
Oh, we're getting there, buddy.
Oh hell!
All right. One last little tidbit. Not little. This is pretty big.
Yeah,
My birthday is in
Semi-accurate.
September. But yeah.
Ooh. That is big. Semi-accurate. Got some deets with the PlayStation 5. Got some good PlayStation 5 deets in them. It only costs $1,000 to see what they are, but
chump change. Chump change.
Scoop.
yeah, worth it. I mean, that's how we're getting our information right now. We all pitched in and bought the subscription from Semi-Accurate. No, we
It's
did
our
not do
monthly
that. We're
payment.
just using somebody else's summary. So this is the summary. If you know what any of this means, please let me know because I don't. It uses AMD's Navi as its base architecture. The CPU is custom Zen. Okay, I do know what this next one means. Large amounts of dev kits have apparently gone
Oh,
out.
cool.
I understand that
Yeah.
reference. The author of the $1,000 article suggests a 2018 release of PS5 is not out of the question based on the amount of dev kits released. No.
That's ridiculous. Yeah, that's out of the question. I think.
Some VR goodies are baked in at the silicon level. Can somebody translate that for me?
So like it's ingrained in the system.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm looking at
Okay.
the same list. Guy says this is my opinion, not the author's. So
No, that's not what that means.
The system has silicon implants.
That
in
means
them.
that what comes after the semicolon is his opinion, not what came before.
oh, never mind. Okay.
Check your facts, Jonathan.
Your
Jesus
Grammarly,
Christ, Jonathan.
Jonathan.
Eject this guy.
What is this guy doing here?
Rejection.
Every single
Yeah.
day.
So it's a little ridiculous that this guy is suggesting a 2018 release is not
Yeah,
out of
no,
the
that's
question
not gonna
because
happen.
that is complete bullshit.
There's no
PS4
way.
is still running strong. I don't think they'd bring out a PS5 right now.
Yeah,
If
there's
anything,
no way.
PS4 is like hitting its stride
It's on
with
fire.
Spider-Man, God of War, everything coming out.
Yeah, no, that'd be ridiculous. That'd be absolutely stupid of them to do. Oh yeah, you guys just bought this game. Here's the PS5.
Oh yeah, you guys just bought the PS4 Pro
Oh.
2 years ago. Guess what? The PS5.
It's weird because I feel like 6 years. I like that time frame for
Mhm.
a console,
Mhm.
but I really felt like this generation wasn't going to end in 6 years.
No way.
Absolutely not.
2020. This next console is coming out in 2020.
That makes sense. Yeah.
2020 makes sense. I don't know though. It's like I can't shake the feeling that maybe 2019 isn't out of the picture.
Yeah, but
Mm.
2018.
2018 is impossible. Let's.
I
just-
think 2019 will still be this consoles, honestly, and then 2020. That's when
I
the
mean,
next one's coming out.
I don't think this should be taken as like literal, right? But like if you say PS4 was in 2013, PS4 Pro is 3 years later, 2016. 3 years after that, we're moving on to the next generation.
Yeah.
Maybe. But it does feel weird because, and I was talking about this earlier, it really felt like this generation didn't actually start until last year.
I know.
Yeah,
I-
it took a long time.
Especially from my perspective.
I would argue 2016, but I could see.
Yeah. I guess from my perspective too is like I didn't really feel I didn't feel like I needed to have a PS4 until last year when we got stuff like Crash
Mm-hmm.
and Kingdom Hearts remake and Spider-Man was on the way, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So this is when it finally feels like okay, everything's hitting its stride, as you said, and it's like the generation feels like it's gonna end in 3 years, which obviously that isn't true, but that's just how it feels.
Yeah. This is already the consoles. Like we're coming on 5 years already. Yeah, it does not feel like that. It feels so
Feels like it's
so
just like
much
2 years
shorter.
ago.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember launch day
Launch day of PS4. I was like, do I buy this right now? I don't know. Well, I came home. I came home from class, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna stop by the Walmart. Like this is before midnight. It was like 9 p.m. I was like, I'm gonna stop by the Walmart, see what's going on, see if they have some copies. I might pick one up.
Copies
And
of
then
the PS4.
Yeah.
You got a copy of the PS4.
And then, like I went to the electronics section, and there was nobody there. And I was like, hey, are you guys doing like a selling the PS4 at midnight or whatever? Like, yeah. I was like, oh. I was like, is there a line? They're like, no, not really. And I kind of looked around. There was like nobody there. And I was like, oh, can I buy one? They're like, yeah. So I just bought one, and I left the store, no problem, with the PS4. Easy peasy. It was the weirdest thing because like I see on the news of like the PS3 release, lines of people going bananas and crazy, and when the PS4 came out, it was like, oh, okay, it's out, I guess.
I guess it was
It's
just
not like they
too
were hard to
sudden.
find or anything.
Yeah.
I was so excited. It was the first console. This shows my young age, but it was the first console I bought with my own money.
Wow.
Yeah,
Actually,
I felt
me
proud.
too. Besides the Wii, this would be the
I
second.
felt proud, dude. And it was
Yeah.
great. I even if the games at launch weren't that amazing, just opening up a brand new console is something
That's the
completely
best.
magical, dude.
That's the best.
I don't know. The only one I bought with my own money was the GameCube when I had like 40 euro. That was nice.
Oh
I had-
wow.
it was, but not a Samsung. Samus.
So-
Samsung.
So Sony seems to be following a trend here in terms of their console success, where the PS1 they were selling that thing at a loss, and that thing became insanely popular, and that was like Sony's big step into the world of video games.
Mm-hmm.
Then in their stride, they released the PS2, which knocked it out of the park. Like everybody had a PS2. It was like some people had an Xbox, and then like the Nintendo fans had a Nintendo, but like
where this is
everybody
going.
else
It wasn't
their
even
mom-
fair.
had a PS2. Yeah, it wasn't even fair. They dominated the competition, right?
Yeah.
So
it was
then-
ridiculous.
So
Like,
then they're on cloud nine. They're like, oh hell yeah, we can do whatever the hell we want. Let's do it, baby. PS3. These guys, like, their ego just became so bloated, I guess, that they decide to sell this thing. Remember, in a time of financial crisis,
$600.
$600. Which I would have to look up to see how much that costs.
Good, but Ridge Racer.
Today's money.
But
But
Ridge
at-
Racer.
But Ridge Racer, giant enemy crabs, mind you. But
Yes.
at that time, Sony, I guess their mindset was like, everybody loves the PS2. Everybody knows what a PlayStation is. We can sell these guys a $600 console, no problem. The only thing that happened was Xbox was like,
Yeah.
nah, boy, we're gonna launch way cheaper and way earlier,
Yeah.
and we got more games to show that are real.
Mhm.
And then Xbox just took it. Everybody had an Xbox 360, and it took a while for the PS3 to hit their stride. And then it just completely flip flopped this generation. So now Sony is high, like number one. Xbox is not too far behind, mind you. But Sony is up there. Do you guys
Well, the
think?
PS3 did the exact same thing that the PS1 did, where it started off bad and then grew popularity.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
the PS3 ended up outselling the 360.
Yeah, because they had so
which is
many great games.
Yeah, dude, I know. Yeah, I know what you're
But
saying.
do you think the PS5, do you think Sony is going to have their ego bloated again, where they're going to want to sell us another console for what, $600?
Nah.
Or do you-
No, I think they're gonna play it smart because I think the Scorpio is gonna do that, or not the Scorpio. What that's
Xbox.
I mean,
Xbox X, Xbox One X, or something like that. I don't know.
what was
The
I
new,
gonna say?
whatever the next Xbox is, the
mean-
upgradable one. I think that's what they're gonna do.
the PS4, like, it was just a normal console, and that's all you needed to be against the
Yeah.
launch Xbox One, and then that was their ticket. And I mean, you can argue Sony's made some like arrogant moves recently with stuff like backwards compatibility and crossplay.
Well, crossplay is the biggest
Crossplay is easy. But-
middle finger.
I don't really see any like signs that they're gonna go totally crazy.
There's no way.
I think
Hmm.
it's gonna be a new console.
There is a chance
know?
to take advantage of that advantage.
Advantage.
We've all been talking like complete goblins tonight.
that's completely fine. To take advantage of the VR thing and like actually ingrained in the system and make it expensive that way. Just a
I-
speculation.
I could
think-
see. I could
I don't-
kind of see that actually.
I don't think a VR headset would be included or anything though.
It
No,
I
might.
think that's where it's included.
I don't think so. Maybe two
Or it's
versions.
ingrained in the
Yeah.
system. It's ingrained in the
Y-
system.
Sony even themselves was surprised by
Console is
how
on your head.
by how much the Morpheus took off.
Yeah.
I could see it being like 2 SKUs at launch or 2 SKUs, whatever, where you have your normal PS5 and you have your super ultimate enthusiast VR set. And
Who-
so VR will be a part of it from day one.
It'd be like the Move controllers. Yeah.
Who remembers the Kinect?
I do.
I try
Ooh.
not to.
Xbox volume up. Xbox volume up.
Xbox turn off.
Xbox turning off. What the fuck?
I don't know. It's like maybe I'm just being pessimistic right now, but I really feel like both of these new consoles, at least from Sony and Microsoft, they're both going to be pretty
They're gonna be
standard.
boring.
I don't think so.
Nothing.
I think
I mean-
they really feel a threat with the PC market because it is growing. And I
Do
think
they
they don't feel like
I think they kind of do
grow
at
that
some
much.
level. I don't know if it was Shu or someone else from Sony, but they did mention how like we got to try and like hold off people from transitioning to PC. There was some quote.
Yeah.
There was some interview.
because
maybe
it's
not
becoming
on, like-
easier for people.
Yeah, not on like a mass scale, but definitely there's some element of that. But
They really want to keep up, so they really have to, step up their game, give people initiative to keep it easy, to keep it simple, and
To
not
be
want to
easy.
go over to PC and like just get Steam and
Is
Keep
it
it
everything
easy.
for
is it
themselves.
weird for me to not even think that there is any competition between anybody anymore? Like Microsoft is off in their own corner right now, doing their own thing with the PC and the Xbox. PlayStation is doing their own thing, and Nintendo has always been their own thing.
I don't
I
know.
just-
Until everything's cross-platform and
It's weird.
nothing's exclusive. I think there's
It's like-
competition.
I don't hate Xbox, and I wanted to love my Xbox One, but like very recently, Microsoft has given me no reason to even like want to get an Xbox or be interested in a future console.
No, yeah, but that's what I'm saying is like
Yeah, exactly.
they're
Like,
doing their own PC thing right now.
yeah, exactly. Like the crossplay stuff, because that was the only reason I sold my Xbox, because I could play games like Sea of Thieves on my PC, so I didn't even need that thing
So
anymore.
it's like Microsoft is on their own island, Sony is on their own island, and Nintendo has always been on their own island.
Yeah.
It's so weird to think about now. It's like Microsoft has kind of taken a ferry off to another island, just like set up shop there.
But
It's
don't you think
weird.
that's a little sketchy?
I
That they're
don't-
just gonna come out back, that they're doing something with that, with the cross-platform there. The
Mm,
new console
I
coming
don't-
out, they might have some exclusives that are only on the new Xbox.
I don't think
You
so.
No, I don't think so, dude. I think that they are set on the PC Xbox ecosystem right now.
What if they release
And
a
that's
modular
best for them.
console?
Yeah, but they must have some initiative for other people to buy the console, you know?
Well, I think what they're
Have something
doing.
planned, I know it.
I think what they're doing is they're trying to set up.
What they're doing.
I think what they're doing.
I think.
Nobody's listening to me.
I think. That's
Get him,
right.
Jonathan.
I think for myself, I think that they're just trying to set themselves up as like a services console to
Yeah.
separate themselves. And like you look at something like Game Pass, and there's no equivalent to that on like a PlayStation 4, or even really, well, I don't know if there's like some Game Pass type thing on PC besides like Origin access. But I think that's what they're doing. Their console is becoming more. What if they wanted their console to be like this easy to use all-in-one type thing at first, this is what they should have focused on instead of
They
you know
had that chance, but they messed up as soon as they started the Xbox One. They were
Well, they
known
got-
for that in the Xbox 360, but then they just like
I think it was.
Dropped
I
the
actually
ball.
think it was Don Matrick. He left immediately after the Xbox One. Like he jumped ship literally. Like after all the
Yeah.
backlash, he was like, "Oh, I gotta go. Here you go, Phil Spencer." Pew! I'm just like, all right.
yeah, I feel like what I really see Microsoft doing right now is I kind of feel like it's like the Xbox One is a thing. They're gonna keep it going, but I really feel like for the most part their cogs are turning towards we're putting everything on like we're we're really focusing on a new console in the background, and all of their moves really seem like they want everything to coalesce all at once on a new system, fresh start, and then try again without like, because I really feel like the Xbox One is still weighing them down.
Yeah.
Like they
It just
never
doesn't
got
feel
over.
like there's
Yeah, I think they need to get
it
rid
just
of it
doesn't
like the
feel
Wii
like
U.
there's any competition anymore, and it's really really strange.
Well, they can't really compete with the
wouldn't-
PS4 right now, anyways.
That's the thing too. It kind of feels like that because the PS4 worldwide is so far ahead that there's no catching up. But
Yeah.
I still I don't think that means that they like Sony or Microsoft shouldn't like ignore each other anymore.
Oh, I'm
Especially
not saying that. I'm just saying that as a consumer, it doesn't feel like they're trying to even compete at all. It feels like Sony's trying to compete more with Microsoft when they're already beating the shit out of them,
For some weird
Yeah.
reason, I almost
and it
feel
doesn't
like,
make any sense.
I almost feel like Microsoft kind of doesn't have to because they already have like they've tapped into the specific audience. Because
Yeah.
like my uncle, he loves video games, but like I try to explain to him like because he doesn't play Microsoft exclusives. He only plays games like Madden and like Tom Clancy's The Division and stuff like that. And I was like how come you don't get a PS4? I'm like these games they kind of look a little bit better on there and stuff. And he's just like, what are you talking about? The PlayStation sucks. It's all about the Xbox. Word up. Hey, you heard about this new Tom Clancy game? Looks pretty tight. I'm like, yeah, you can play that on anything. I was like, but we don't know because we're so into it and we talk to us about it. But like, there's a lot of people out there who are just not that well informed on video games and kind of just they still strong on that Xbox brand. They don't want to break it.
Huh.
And it's not only that, but if their friends are all on Xbox,
Exactly.
then they're gonna
But the
stay on
thing is
Xbox.
that so many people. Oh well, whatever. Yeah, but so many people are moving over to PS4. Just became a logical decision.
Right.
It's just we're in this really weird spot right now with the big three, I guess.
Mhm.
And I don't want to say like just because everyone moved over to like the PS4 this generation, I don't know if that's like that necessarily means that they won't jump ship again because that's at least in America. PS3 really I think caught up worldwide, but in America it was always I think 360 was pretty far ahead in the lead.
Yeah,
But it's like with this generation, I mean, people ditched Xbox Live, a lot of people anyway to just move on to the PS4,
mm-hmm.
and I don't know. Anything can happen. I just feel like it's going to be kind of boring. It's going
Yeah.
to be kind of safe. Everyone knows it feels like everyone has like a good pulse on what they're good at. They're going to keep doing what they're good at. And I'm not expecting any console next generation. I mean, the Switch is already out and that's already like they're set with that.
Yeah.
And when it comes to PS5 and Xbox whatever, I think they're just going to be like what to expect.
It's kind of sad though because competition is really healthy, especially in this industry.
Absolutely.
Because
for sure.
if it wasn't for Sony or for Xbox releasing their ridiculous like $500 price for the Xbox One, the PS4 probably wouldn't have launched at $400 either.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's all these like pushbacks and stuff come from other companies, and like the PS4 probably wouldn't have been $400 if everybody bought a PS3 for $600 in 2007.
Well, it's like
And we would probably get more we probably would have gotten more PlayStation exclusives if we got more Xbox exclusives.
Yeah, that too.
and it's like you
so
look
weird.
you look back to last generation and it's like Sony's online was so far behind Microsoft's for most of that generation, and then they caught up, and then it's like PS4 is like we learned from Microsoft.
Yeah, exactly.
You need at least a second player. And I see people who are like they don't care about Microsoft, they think they should just quit. And I think that is not at all what should happen. Even
Microsoft can't quit.
they're
Cannot.
the console market is so like volatile. I guess it's like if you're in it, it's like you're locked in. And if anyone wants to hop in,
Mhm.
you got to do everything perfectly, and you have to throw money into that too, like serious money.
At this point, how crazy would it be if Microsoft just dissolved into the PC market and we had a third new, like brand new player
Amazon.
join the ranks?
No, I'm not even kidding.
No, yeah, I can see it.
No, Amazon is straight up making
it's
their own
not out of the
console.
question. Yeah, they have been for a while, and they hired some of the lead people who worked on Portal to develop a game for them. So
That's
Mhm.
uncomfortable. That's the only way I can explain it. Uncomfortable.
It's really weird to think about that Amazon could get in.
what would
Like
they call it?
I just think the Amazon like
The
logo
Amazon
on a console.
rainforest.
That should
Duh.
be next.
The rainforest.
The Amazon rainforest. You ever want a rainforest in your house? Well, here you go. Amazon rainforest.
Like, what kind of console would they make?
Probably
I-
just like a PlayStation
Super
four
Or it would be like in the form of like a package. It's like-
Oh no! What if you could
Like
do
a
online
cardboard
Amazon
box?
You
shopping?
just throw your game into the box. That's how it works.
Oh, that'd be great. Just toss it into the box and starts playing.
You open up the box and it's just a cardboard box, but it's like
It's a-
magic. It runs
It's a
so well.
Raspberry Pi inside of a giant cardboard box.
Oh man, works miracles.
Yeah, so next generation, it's gonna be strange.
I think when you talk about how it doesn't feel like there's competition, I think that's like the sign, I guess, that we are in like the second half.
Yeah.
We are in like maybe not like the closing year.
No,
but
but even the
we have a
closing
winner,
years
that's
of
what it
last generation it felt very competitive.
That's true. Yeah.
Especially
but,
last
like towards the end,
Oh,
we knew that Xbox 360 was the most was the biggest one.
No, not at all.
Hmm?
No, not at all. In 2013, you would argue that PlayStation 3 was bigger than the Xbox 360.
Yeah, I guess back then it was still a little iffy. Like a little bit before.
I don't know.
that.
I'd have to look up like the old numbers. I think my memory is saying that the 360 still sold a little bit better in America
yeah.
that year.
Oh,
But
I'm
I mean,
talking about-
obviously,
I guess
the
it is a
entire
little
world.
weird right now. Yeah.
Mind share was definitely moving towards PlayStation, and that's the momentum that carried them into the PS4.
Yeah.
There's
It's-
still a lot of people that love the Xbox 62.
Yeah.
Especially towards the end of that lifespan too. Like they just refused to try PlayStation. Like they just wouldn't do it.
Yeah, that went over until like 2015. Then 2016, everybody just started switching over.
Yeah.
It's just it's really weird out there. It's
definitely wild.
it's a weird console world we live in right now. It's strange.
Yeah.
It's strange.
I think it's
I-
pretty cool right now. Yeah.
I do hope. I guess I do hope though that we do start seeing like next generation next year.
Mm-hmm.
Like if they release the PS5 in 2019, I'd be fine with that.
I would not be.
Yeah, me neither. No.
I would not be okay
Want
with that at all.
2020.
Not even like a December or like a fall
No.
release.
Okay,
like
I
late
guess
in the year?
December 2019 would be okay.
No, I would not be okay with that.
You want E3
What?
2020?
No,
It's just weird. I guess it's like, but 6 years to me is like, I like the
E3.
6 year time.
E3 2018.
You know, I'd like a 6 year time frame if it actually felt like 6 years.
Mhm.
Yeah, I can see. I mean, I feel the same way. This generation feels like it just started like last year.
Yeah, it feels way too short. Like there's a lot more that could come out. But then again, they want to catch up. So it just has to come out soon.
No, it's just strange that we're getting PlayStation 5 rumors now. It's like PlayStation 4 could be like the Nintendo Switch and just keep going. They could just keep going.
I mean,
yeah, but the
if-
thing is,
if
they
you
want to
was-
keep up.
if
And
you
like,
was
Keep up with what? Keep up
with the
themselves?
PC. There is a PC market that's growing.
Yeah, but the console, the PlayStation 4 is growing just as better, like just as good, if not better.
Yeah, but they want to keep that growing. It won't grow forever. It won't like keep going up. You know, at some point it's gonna stagnate.
No, yeah, I'm not saying don't have another console. That would be absolutely ridiculous. I'm just saying, why now?
Oh.
It
Well, I
just,
think 2020 is around the time where it has to come out.
no. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Just not 2019.
Yeah. No, that's just too soon. I
It's
agree.
crazy. It's crazy to me.
Jonathan, you
I
feel
Man, I feel like if the PS5 though is like backwards compatible with all the PS4 stuff, then what does it matter?
Wow.
'Cause
What
you'll
does
still
it
be able to
matter?
play the PS4 games on your
It's
PS4,
like-
and you'll be able to play them on your PS5, and you'll get the better games or better looking games on the PS5. It's so weird because maybe I'm thinking with like the PC mentality, and maybe it's because the consoles feel like they're moving in that direction with like the Pro and the X.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like you don't need you don't need like super duper powered consoles anymore because a base PS4
I know that's what I'm
still looks
saying.
fantastic. I don't know. I'm of the opinion that you can make games that look PS4 level for a long, long time, and they'll look
Mhm.
fine.
See, the
And a
thing is,
PS5, I think, would just be like,
But the resolution is not
The-
4K, dummy.
the thing is that
I
I
mean-
think they want to reach a level where they can make a console where they can not keep making a new console, but they can like until for a very long time. Let's say longer than 6 years, or actually for 6
Iterate it.
years maybe, just for 6 years again. But they want to make it so that you can keep upgrading and keep up with the PC, but still have the same system. So it's like a PC, but they'll have different advantages where it's easier for people to use than a PC. So it's not meant for any other tasks but gaming because it's a console. But then again, it's upgradable.
yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
what advantages they could give it, but they're gonna find something out that they can make it worth buying over a PC.
Yeah, it's weird, man.
Mhm.
It's
Like,
weird.
honestly, I say like the next Xbox, and I don't even know like how different it's gonna be. Because I mean, I fully expect whatever the next Xbox is, it's just gonna fully absorb whatever the one does, including all of those backwards compatible games on there.
It's gonna
much
show
is gonna
better
keep
UI,
moving
hopefully.
Could the new Xbox be than the Xbox One X? You know,
Yeah,
especially with how powerful that damn thing is.
yeah. Like they don't need to upgrade the Xbox One X.
Exactly.
So
Yeah, I don't think we're seeing another Xbox for a while. Like
Yeah.
if like 2020 is way too soon for another Xbox in my opinion. Especially with the
That's
Xbox
scary,
One X.
too.
It's like that thing is what, how much is it? $500?
Like
There-
talking about
no
competition,
way.
how will they compete if they're on different timelines? You know,
Yeah, like there's like no more generations anymore. It's weird. It's
it,
weird.
it feels like there's gonna be no more. I guess we should just wait and see. And if there's a PS5, I don't know. It feels like, we'll talk about games as a service again. It's like it's all about the games and not really the consoles. It's like people
It's
are gonna
kinda
buy
depressing.
a PS5 to play a lot of the same games they're playing now, like an Overwatch or a Rocket League, and it's, you know what I mean? Like,
I don't know. It's really depressing to think about.
It
like,
is.
just
It
on
actually
different
is.
timelines.
So you know what? Let's talk about something fun.
Yeah.
Tyler, get up close. To them.
Oh.
Like get up real close.
Oh
Let's
yeah,
hear
I'm
the
already
heavy
here.
breathing.
I'm already here.
Tell us what we learned today, my friend.
Let me tell you guys something, okay?
Okay.
It's okay. So okay.
Okay.
Tuesday, I have class at 12. Right? I have class at 12:30.
Writing it down.
Yeah, this is important. This is a key information.
All right.
So I woke up stretching, woke up extra early because why not? I'm bored. I go see if there's any Spider-Man news.
What
'cause
did you
that's
eat?
what I do. Very similar to how Jonathan spends his nights in a cold, dark room thinking of Mario Galaxy 1 and 2. I spend every day of my waking existence waiting for Spider-Man PS4 news. So I go brush my teeth. It's around 11. I've got notifications on my phone from Insomniac whenever they do a new tweet. And they send a tweet in the middle of me brushing my teeth that is like, Game Informer, next issue, guess what? ... And I'm like, no, you're kidding me.
And you
You can't do
collapse
this
your
to me
front
right
teeth.
now. I throw my toothbrush across the room, foam still in my mouth. I run straight to my computer.
your mouth?
Foam still
Oh,
in
foam.
my mouth.
They said
Foam.
phone.
No, I left the phone in the bathroom. I'm at my computer now. I launch it up. I see that Alex Ross art. My heart explodes. I start reading that paragraph out loud to myself. I start screaming at the little details. And I'm scrolling down. My heart is just beating so fast. And then I see they have a video. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me right now. I play the video. I see the new footage. My body goes into cardiac arrest. I'm on the floor vibrating. I get up. I am vibrating. I should have left my house 10 minutes ago. But I analyzed that footage frame by frame 147 times.
Frame by frame, go check it out.
Yeah, frame by frame. But yes, we have new Spider-Man news today, this morning at 10 a.m. They announced the release date, which is going to be September 7th.
Called it.
It looks absolutely
called it.
amazing.
So the only reason I thought it would be June is because for God of War and for Detroit, they announced the release date 2 months before the game releases. So, me and all the other people waiting for news for this game were speculating that, okay, if it's going to release in June, we're going to get news in April. So we have a whole month of new Spidey news in April. So I was like, oh, it's got to be June. It's definitely got to be end of June. But it's September. I'm cool with that. I was hoping it would be a summer game. But because I really do want to play Red Dead Redemption, but if this game's coming out in September, I'm sorry, Red Dead, you're gonna have to wait till Christmas or next year or something.
Dude,
Wow.
the amount of times I saw people say June and July started to actually make me think that it was coming out then.
Me too. I was this is the perfect
But
summer
I was like,
game.
there is no way. There's no way.
I was
This is
thinking
the
towards
perfect
the
summer
other, towards around September, fall. That's when I was thinking it was going to come out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, I was thinking October too, but I was like, if they release it in October, that is like massive competition.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, poor
But
Dragon
man,
Quest.
It feels like
not-
everything's come out in
Uh,
September.
Poor Dragon Quest.
So I
For a lot of games that
I
month.
still want to play Dragon Quest, but Spider-Man. Okay, so you guys clearly know that I'm a ginormous Spider-Man nut. I'm curious
Yeah.
to see what you guys think, or what are your impressions so far of what you've seen of Spider-Man PS4.
I have seen very little. The most I've seen is this GIF from Braden
Okay.
in the Discord because I do not want
Let
to
me-
spoil anything about it until I get the game.
So
Put a new GIF in there for
Mother
you.
of God.
Just look at this.
I
Look at
remember
this.
after last E3, I was just thinking, I want to see just what does the gameplay like? What does the moment to moment gameplay look like when you're like traveling around the world? I saw that in those like 2 or 3 gifs, and now it's like, okay, good. I trust Insomniac so much.
That's your yeah.
Okay.
I just see like your computer like closely analyzing. Okay, good.
I mean, that's
Just
really what
notching
it
his
It,
glasses
it
up.
was like a GIF where he's like,
Yeah.
he's like running,
Okay,
and
good.
he jumps. He like swings on the side of a building, and then he runs on top of a building, and he like goes on top of the building, uses the web to like stop himself, and then he keeps moving forward. And it's like, good. That's what I wanted.
that
I'm done. I'm
GIF.
sold.
Oh,
Good.
no.
I don't
Oh,
need.
that gift gets me every time.
That's it. I mean, I just wanted this game to have like
Yeah.
as good traversal as Sunset Overdrive, except for
looks like it.
Spider-Man.
Oh, dude.
I think it absolutely
gonna have
will.
better.
Looks like you're gonna surpass it
Way
without a doubt.
better. Look at this GIF.
Just from this GIF right here that you
Oh.
posted, the world looks
Oh,
amazing.
the
too.
animation of him like just,
Yes.
just twirling around.
Like
You
swi-
guys
like
have,
dragging
like-
himself up the web.
Yes.
This-
oh,
It's
God.
amazing.
I'm not kidding when I said this was literally my dream game. For the longest time, ever since I've loved Spider-Man, ever since I've loved video games, I've wanted like he's the perfect video game character.
He is. He
has
is.
never
Yeah.
been treated with the respect and the money and the time that he needs. And finally, people are gonna see why Spider-Man is the best superhero of all time. This is gonna be for Spider-Man
Until
what
the Black
Batman
Panther.
Arkham Knight did, or Batman Arkham series did with Batman. Like, oh, it's unreal. It's
You know what?
unreal.
I keep looking at this GIF and I wonder what happens if like you're swinging, but your web is too long, you're too close to the ground, and you just slide across the concrete.
You know, I was actually thinking about that. I hope that there is an animation for that where you're like, I feel like it'd be really cool if you started like running on the ground.
Mm,
Or if you
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
drag yourself
yeah.
in like a rag
I
doll
feel
and
like
hit the
that's
floor.
the kind of thing they would do.
I
Yeah.
really hope they do that too, because even in Spider-Man 2, if you're swinging and you hit the ground, like Spider-Man will run on the ground and still hold the web. on.
Hell yes.
Oh
I
no
hope
way,
that's what
they're
they
gonna do that.
Yeah.
Well,
like,
I hope it's in there, but
that would
yeah,
be so
man.
sick. And he's like jumping from car to car as he's doing it. Oh,
Oh,
I think
so
my main
cool.
worry, I like the parkour and everything, but I really hope it's not too linear. And I hope it's
Yeah.
focused on really feeling like a hero. Like yeah. Like
It's gonna have like a.
I can't
you know
believe
how
I'm
in
forgetting the name of the game. Infamous.
Uh-oh.
infamous.
Yeah,
Oh, Infamous.
exactly. I hope it's like that. A little better, of course. in
The cool
system.
thing about like Spidey is that like he doesn't need to grab onto ledges or climb because he could literally just stick to any surface.
Yeah.
So it's not gonna be like a boring thing like
Assassin's Creed where you like hold a button down and just hold the left analog stick up. Like it's at
Yeah.
least gonna look cooler because you're Spider-Man, and also you can just run up the wall and shoot webs on it and like swing. There's just so many options.
Oh my god, this GIF. Oh my god, I had like a tiny little hypergasm watching this GIF.
I've watched this GIF like 20 times in a row. I can't stop.
I know.
Yeah,
I
I'm
haven't
watching
seen
it
this
right now the
before.
whole time, and I can't
Wait.
stop.
And like what's interesting is a lot of the footage they've shown so far takes place like, around a Chinatown area. Oh, and have you guys heard of this yet? This game is gonna have it's very closely like they looked at satellite images of New York, so it's gonna fully or to the best of their ability match very similarly to what New York
Good.
is actually.
I don't
like.
understand
That's
why games
amazing.
don't do that enough. Like,
Not only that though,
yeah.
but they're putting in like landmarks from like the Marvel universe.
The Avengers Towers in it.
Avengers Wakandan Embassy. Yes.
Yeah, it's
Little
crazy.
stuff like that.
I don't understand why games don't do it more, where they use satellite images to create the world. There was a SSX game that came out on last generation, just called SSX, and EA used the satellite images from Google Earth to actually recreate the mountains that you were snowboarding
Oh,
on.
cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's exceptional. Yeah, it's really really neat.
I don't know. I guess maybe some people see that as an easy way out, or they're just too lazy to do it. I don't know. One or
yeah,
the
it's,
other.
probably 'cause it's like it takes a lot of time to like get the scale and stuff right, I guess.
Yeah.
It's like this city, man, like the streets and the buildings and like the rooftops are
It
so
looks
varied. 'Cause
amazing.
you're gonna spend so much of your time in the sky, so they really went out of their way to make those rooftops. Like I've seen like rooftop parties in some of the clips, like just all this crazy stuff on the rooftops.
Where they play
That's
their
great.
Nintendo Switch on the rooftop.
Because
The
that's one thing
best-
that bothered me in Spider-Man 2 was that the rooftops are always like empty and barren.
Yeah,
There's
exactly. They
something
were all just,
happening
like,
up
squares.
there. Is,
the
like, will
best
be
thing I've
amazing.
heard about this game so far is that you can walk the streets as Spider-Man and take selfies with people
Yes.
on the side of the.
Not only that, you can do like thumbs up and finger guns at them. And in the Game Informer article, he mentions that he found like a basketball court and a basketball, and that he picked up the basketball and like swung it over his head and then tried to throw it at the court, but like missed.
Oh.
Then turned around and like did finger guns at a civilian, jumped up and swang away.
Oh,
And I was like,
yes. Yes.
kidding.
Oh,
So
this okay.
Oh
I'm
my
calling
God,
it right
I'm
now. This is
dying.
gonna be game of the year.
For me,
I'm calling it.
absolutely. This is not only
I
the
don't
game
want
of
to
the
jinx
year.
it. I'm knocking on wood.
This is gonna be like even if the game like is not perfect, which it's not gonna be perfect, but even like everything I've seen so far, immediately already, this is not only my game of this year, it's my game of the past 10 years, and it's gonna be my game of the next. Oh my god,
Oh,
dude.
God,
I am so excited. Like
I know.
I have oh my god.
I keep
It's
watching this GIF.
So good.
Yeah,
Me too. I can't stop.
Time I've seen it.
I've just been watching it.
And
I
it
just
gets
love
so
how he
stupid.
rotates and like the weight of the web. Just
Oh, yeah,
goes taut
yeah,
and-
exactly.
Oh,
Oh, I love the animation of when he shoots up with his legs like up in the sky.
yeah.
Mhm.
Oh my
And he
god. Okay,
rotates-
so
oh,
Kyler,
it's so good.
what villains do you want in this?
Okay, so it's what's
So we got Mr.
interesting-
Negative, Kingpin,
Yes.
Taskmaster,
yeah,
Shocker.
Taskmaster, which is interesting, and Shocker. So when I saw Shocker, I was like, okay, this is really cool. But apparently he's like he's only a side. He's relegated to a side quest. He's not like
Yeah.
part of the main. So he's not a main villain, which is
Mhm.
perfect. Like you're just minding your own business.
Oh yeah, dude.
bank
Shocker's
robbery, like-
robbing a bank.
It's
yeah.
awesome. And
know-
like you might run into him more times, and he's gonna be like, "Oh, how did you bust out of prison this
Ooh,
time?"
Random crimes occur.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Car chases, police chases, random occur on the streets.
Yeah, and you just swing it around, and you see it, and you
Oh.
stop by,
Oh.
you beat up the bad guys, you do the finger guns at the police, and you swing
I'm
away.
psyching
Tyler,
myself out so
Do
hard.
you
right
want
now.
the Scorpion in there?
He's in it.
Yeah,
Oh,
okay, so
That's
this
already
is
confirmed.
Yeah.
it's
Oh,
well,
that's great.
yeah.
That's the one I wanted.
So this Spider-Man is an experienced Spider-Man. He's 23 years old.
Mhm.
So he's been Spider-Man for 8 years at this point. So we can assume that he's already fought a lot of his main villains. And it's actually like in the beginning of the game, you see these newspapers and they've got like Scorpion on there and they've got Rhino and Electro and all this stuff. So he's already taken out these baddies.
Vulture
they
was one of
might-
them too,
Yeah,
correct?
Vulture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they might make an appearance as side criminals too. But as for the main villains, they're really pushing Mr. Negative as like a main villain, and he's relatively new to the Spider-Man universe.
The thing that they said earlier was that we're showing a lot of Mr. Negative, but he's not a main villain,
Yeah, exactly. And
which
like
is crazy. Because who was the main villain?
I want to know, and at the same time, I don't want to know.
I don't wanna
I don't want to know.
And like,
Give me Hobgoblin.
oh, I just want any goblin, dude. Norman Osborn is in this game, and he's
in this
mayor.
game. He's
He's
mayor.
the mayor of New York. Is being run by underground crime. This is
Oh.
so perfect for Spider-Man. But and Harry Osborn's in the game too, and they are best friends. But apparently Harry Osborn is off seas at the beginning of the game, so he may come in. And the story's gonna be so huge. It's gonna have so much fun little Easter eggs for Spidey nerds.
Anybody still
But-
watching this GIF?
It'll be a linear
Me
story
too. I
from
can't stop
March.
looking at it.
Okay, do you think the story would be linear? Or do you think
Yeah.
it'll be optional.
They
Probably.
Like
they-
it'll probably be linear, but do you think
It's
they'll
going to be
take
like
the
Sunset
risk?
Overdrive story.
yeah,
The
from-
story
from what they
structure.
said,
Linear in the sense that it's like you go from one mission to the next.
Mhm.
You know?
basically.
Yeah,
world
yeah,
is
no,
open.
but like, you don't think they'll ever take the risk of like making it optional, where you're like, you could take a different mission instead. It becomes a different path for Spider-Man.
I'm not sure. They may do a thing where they have like an A plot and a B plot, and
Mhm.
like different icons on the map. So if you want to progress this plot, you go to that one, and if you want to progress the other plot, you go to the other one.
Right, but
Yeah.
it'll ultimately lead to the
Yeah,
Uh,
the same point.
yeah.
You're just like switching between the two.
Hmm.
But so what they have said is after you play the intro part, which they go into great detail in that Game Informer article what it is, and it sounds
Yeah.
awesome. But once you beat that part, like
what was it
all-
again?
It's you. So apparently you start the game not in that Spider-Man suit with the white icon. You
Mhm.
start it in like a classic, like Steve Ditko style, like really rich reds and like really dark blues, like classic,
Oh,
the
my.
classic Spidey suit. You start in that, and your first mission is to like swing and take out the Kingpin. And once you take out the Kingpin, he goes to prison. Like the game and the story just opens up. from there.
Right. Yeah. You start by taking down the Kingpin.
But you can apparently, like, as soon as you play that tutorial mission, you can just explore all of New York immediately right away. Like you don't even have to do the story if you don't want to. You can just do the crime and explore and just swing. Nothing is gated off. No microtransactions. Dozens and dozens of new suits that you craft by finding materials, by completing side missions. It's gonna be a lot.
You know, the more I keep watching this GIF, I'm wondering if, and it'd probably be like a super nitpick, whatever. But I wonder if if the web automatically flies out because you got this close to the ground.
I'm wondering that too. What they said is that I think Andrew Reiner is the Game Informer guy who got his hands on it. He said he didn't experience any fall damage, but I don't know. He hasn't confirmed whether or not, like, if you jump off the Empire State Building, if Spider-Man will like shoot a
Right.
web to stop himself from, becoming a greasy spot on the road. I hope they don't do that, just because it's so funny to like ragdoll death your way.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like I
But-
want to run into cars with the web and accidentally like hit a truck or something.
Yeah, it's a weird
Yeah.
thing that like they also won't let you throw a criminal off of a building to kill him because Spider-Man wouldn't do that.
Mhm.
But in the video game, it's fun to do that. Like in Spider-Man 2, it's fun to just ragdoll the guy off the building and watch him just like, crack on the floor.
I love the animations that you do not letting them fly off.
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh,
It's like I don't mind it either way. I would prefer it if they just let you like, throw a dude
Ooh.
off a building or just
Yeah.
One
take the fall
word.
damage.
Mysterio.
I hope to God Mysterio's
Oh
in this game.
my god.
He's the best Spidey villain. And
He
there's so
is.
much like potential for like missions, like
Visuals.
Spider-Man's
Oh
the
my
visual trickery.
god. Okay,
Oh.
so how you feel about the Peter Parker sections?
Okay. Awesome. Only because
Yes.
Peter Parker is crucial to Spider-Man. It's like
Mhm.
and in the Spidey comics, how Spider-Man is like it's like 20 pages of Peter Parker and like 1 or 2 pages of Spider-Man because it's all about
Right.
Peter Parker and his like that's the whole point of this character.
And him and Mary Jane are not together at the beginning of this game.
Yeah, they're like on again, off again, which is awesome. Spider-Man's got
Awesome.
girl problems. Excellent.
Yes. Show me that.
I can't wait. And yeah, so apparently with the Uncharted,
Uncharted.
sections,
Yep.
so like you know how in Uncharted 4 you're like walking through your house and like you know making food for Elena or whatever.
Playing Crash Bandicoot.
Playing a Crash freaking Bandicoot. So it's gonna be like that. You're walking around. We don't know exactly what we're doing. We know there's one where he's at the Feast, which is a homeless shelter that Aunt May works at. He's there and he's like, you know, helping throw a surprise party for Aunt May. So you got to distract her while they like put up posters to surprise her.
Yes.
Little stuff like that, which is like really bring you into that story.
Yes.
I can't wait because no other Spider-Man game has focused like on the Peter Parker aspect at all, basically, except for like Spidey 2 a little bit because it's always been Spider-Man. So it's
Yeah.
really cool to
What
see
did they
them
focus
actually.
on in Spider-Man 2?
He's like there's little missions where you're like, I'm
The
gonna
pizza
be
store?
late for Dr. Connor's class.
Oh yeah,
Like,
okay, never
little
mind.
stuff like that. Yeah, like oh, MJ's gonna be mad if I don't go on a date with her. So they try to do that there, but like you can never play as Peter Parker essentially, except for when you go to the Daily Bugle.
Give me pizza delivery missions.
Oh yes, dude. I want them to reference it, and I think they will. They've been really coy about it. They said no, but they kind of like smile and wink.
Okay.
I want there to be like one mission where you have to like get a balloon, and there needs to be at least one mission where you deliver a pizza.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was gonna
pizzas.
ask. Do you think there's gonna be a reference to the balloon
There
mission?
has to be. It's so iconic. There has to be in there.
I want to deliver pizza.
Me too, dude. Me
That's
too.
it. I'll just get a pizza delivery Spider-Man the entire game.
Spider just stole that guy's pizzas.
Oh my god. This game is gonna be amazing.
I can't wait. I can't wait. But like at the collector's edition, there's a statue, and they won't show. They only show you the Spider-Man half. The bottom half is like blocked off because it's like
Oh,
a story
yeah.
spoiler. So I'm thinking whatever that is, it's a statue of the main villain, which they won't tell us what it could be.
Well, they said they were gonna announce that in summer, so I'm thinking
Yeah, in
that's
the
gonna be
summer.
announced after the E3 trailer, and the E3
Yeah, for
trailer is
sure.
gonna give us the story
Oh,
trailer.
I'm gonna have to close my eyes because I don't want to know anything more about this game anymore.
Just
No,
don't
you
watch.
want
Just don't
to-
watch.
But I
it.
want that collector's edition, and I'm
Just
gonna have to
don't
see
know.
what that is.
I'm not gonna look. I'm gonna wait until the game comes out.
So
These gifts
my-
are all I need.
I'm trying to think of Spider-Man's most famous villains, and two of Spider-Man's biggest arch nemesis is one of them is the Green Goblin.
Green Goblin.
And since Norman Osborn is in this game, and since he's mayor, like they're not just gonna have that on a billboard. Like that's gonna play key into the story of this game.
I don't think
So
he will
he
be the main
may-
villain though. No.
Yeah, it's very possible he could, but also very possible he couldn't.
That's just
I
too in your
Mysterio.
face. He has to be working for someone, you know.
Mysterio.
yeah, Mysterio would be excellent. They said Venom's not in this game, but
Yep.
they could be lying to us. Like that could be a big twist if we see a big, slimy, disgusting
Ooh.
gooey Venom.
Probably gonna
in
be
the
a
game.
Carnage.
Yeah, or Carnage. But I think what they're trying to play up here is, and they talked about in the past, is they're trying to create unique bosses that would use the gameplay mechanics in unique ways.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to think of a boss that would be good for
Dude,
Spider-Man. in the setting.
Mysterio.
Yeah, especially Mysterio, and I think like chasing Green Goblin around the city or like attaching a web line onto his glider as
Yep.
he flies through the city. That's just like it's writing itself.
I know.
Like he's got to be in this game. He's got to be in it.
I know, dude. Oh yeah.
Okay.
What I'm thinking that the statue could be is it could be Spider-Man perched on top of a gargoyle, okay? But the gargoyle is shaped in the head of Green Goblin.
Ooh,
Possibility.
Lastly, this may be a little out there, but do you think they'll integrate any VR into the game?
I was thinking about
That would
and
be sick.
I would not be surprised
Literally,
if they.
I'd be
if they-
peeking
yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah, I
Remember
think I'd be
remember
peeking too.
Spider-Man Homecoming VR little thing where you shot cans or whatever.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, that was
garbage.
Yeah, that was so cool.
No,
I thought it
do
was
not
fun.
agree.
But it's cool.
I thought it was fun.
Garbage. but Yeah, it's cute.
It was like a little 5-minute thing. It's not supposed to be some epic fucking Halo VR shit.
Yeah,
I would not be
guess I was
surprised,
it was just so
especially-
responsive to me because I'm a retard.
Insomniac was one of the first AAA developers to start developing like bigger
Yeah.
VR type
Cluso.
style games. Yeah.
So I would not be surprised if there was like some kind of standalone setting or like standalone app that would release before or after the game that would just be like a little VR playground or something.
Yeah. If they
Yeah.
did VR, I think that's what they'd do.
Yeah, I would not be surprised in the slightest if they did that.
I think what it'd be is just like, hey, here's 10 minutes of Spider-Man swinging around the New York City in VR,
I would
Yeah,
buy
I
it.
don't think they can incorporate everything into VR.
and I would do it.
Yeah, why not?
Dude, Spider-Man's gonna be great. I could talk about this game all day long, but unfortunately, we don't have all day long because our day ends in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So that was the 7th episode of
Wow.
the Boss Rush podcast. We are nearing 10. Kyler, isn't it crazy that you just gave me those 5, 6, 7 thumbnails, and now you got to give me those 8, 9, and 10?
I can't believe it's gonna be 10 weeks that we've been doing this almost.
It's gonna be 10 soon.
That's a lot.
It's gonna be 10 weeks. Crazy. Felt like just flew by. We got a bunch of content out on the channel. Me and Jonathan, we just did a frame by frame on Ready Player One. I just put up a Donkey Kong rewind. You don't have to watch that because it'll show my true nature of platformers. So actually, don't watch that. We got a new frame by frame coming out on Monday, this time with John Carpenter.
And
So
new Sea of Thieves.
that's gonna be fun. I'm still thinking about what we're gonna do for Saturday's Let's Play because we haven't really played Sea of Thieves or anything like that anytime recently. Don't really have anything to show.
I can't say anything specific, but let's say I was cutting some stuff together that I'm doing with Boomer on Far Cry 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh, all right. Nice. I like it. Spicy. Spicy, yeah.
That dog's great. Yeah.
Yeah. But that is our 7th episode of the Boss Rush podcast. Thank you guys for tuning in. Subscribe to the platform at which you are listening to this. That'd be very, very, very beneficial. Tell everybody about us. Tell those people that you like.
Tell
To
them that you love us.
exactly.
Yeah.
Tell them that you want
know
to
what?
be us.
Yeah. We matter. We matter to you, and we want to matter to
Exactly.
them. So
It's
let them know.
tell
Let
your
your
friends
church know.
that
Let your fellowship know. Let your family know.
tell your friends that you've met some new friends. Like I don't really know these people, but I would consider them friends.
If you
Tell
don't
your
have friends,
that.
we're your friends.
Exactly. We are your friends. So yeah, thanks for listening to the 7th episode. Adios.
Later.
Tally ho!